presenter, Hive Engineer Kestin Ebimobowe Pandi. Managing Director Siminalayi Fubara, Governor, River State, and Her Excellency Professor Ngozi Odu, Deputy Governor, River State. Other distinguished guests: Senator Dr. Henike Lokpobri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, His Royal Highness Dr. Samuel Obuku, MDCEO NDDC, High Chief Dr. Dennis Brutu Otwaro, Administrator Presidential Amnesty Program, Honorable Barrister Kingsley Kemebra Dia Kuku, PhD, former Special Advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan on Niger Delta, and former Chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program. Eyes on the Ijo Nation. Are you ready? The Save Niger Delta Initiative, in collaboration with Ijo National Congress (INC), Ijo Youth Council Worldwide (IYC), and Ijo Diaspora Council, present the tripartite book launch and award ceremony. Alami here in the face of history, the Oru tribe called Ijo and the Tantita scorecard. Theme: sustaining the vision and Izon development agenda of High Chief Government Owezi Dekpemupulu for future generations, by Dr. James Ekerare Niminebo. Books presenter, High Chief Engineer Kestin Ebimobowe Pandi, Managing Director, Tantita Security Services of Nigeria. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator Doyediri, Governor, Bayelsa State, and His Excellency Dr. Pastor Peter Perotubu Akpe, Deputy Governor, Bayelsa State. Guest of honor, His Excellency Sir Siminalayi Fubara, Governor, River State, and Her Excellency Professor Ngozi Odu, Deputy Governor, River State. Other distinguished guests: Senator Dr. Henike Lokpobri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, His Royal Highness Dr. Samuel Obuku, MDCEO NDDC, High Chief Dr. Dennis Brutu Otwaro, Administrator Presidential Amnesty Program, Honorable Barrister Kingsley Kemebra Dia Kuku, PhD, former Special Advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan on Niger Delta, and former Chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program. Engineer Matthew Tonla, Chairman, Martin Engineering Nigeria Limited, and Mrs. Esther Tonla. High Chief Barrister McDonald Igbadiwe, President, Ijo National Congress (INC), Dr. Felix Tuodolo, Pioneer President IYC, and First Vice President INC, Honorable Tina Zeri, CEO King Kendrick Edisaye Foundation, Professor Mondi Celebi Gold, President Ijo Diaspora Council, Dr. Dobra Collins Okotete, President IYC Worldwide. Date: Thursday, 27th of August 2026. Venue: Ijo House, Yenagoa, Bayelsa State. Time: 2 p.m. prompt. Come and hear the most important books of our history you've never heard before. Can I kill a lion? They cannot kill a tiger. Your nation is listening. Chat with Naija Live TV. Speak boldly, think freely, be heard from every corner of Nigeria to the world.
Hello there, a jolly good day to you. Thank you for staying with us on Chat with Naija Live TV. My name is Henry Moifla, and today we have an important conversation, an important guest, one who is not a stranger to Naija Live Television. He's not a stranger on Chat with Naija Live TV. This, I believe, is his second comment on Chat with Naija Live Television. And today we're discussing something important. We're discussing preserving the Izon history, leadership, and legacy. That's our focus for the conversation today. This is in view of a book launch that is due sometime the 27th of this month. And it's good to have you, Mr. Gesikeme Akwarakata, one whose name is Thunderous. It's good to have you yet again. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon.
How have you been?
Fine.
Minutes since we last saw and spoke about your books. And it's good to know that you're officially trying to launch it so the public can read of it. The last time we had to do a lot of talk around your books, especially the Ogu tribe, where we had to go at each other a lot. We're going to have a conversation that I believe that is going to scale each of your books, the 3 books you're looking to launch come August 27, and hopefully we have an interesting conversation. But let's start with the launch, August 27. What's the theme like, and who are the people you're expecting to grace this occasion?
Anyway, thank you, Harry. Life is dynamic,
Absolutely.
and it takes one to dream, and it takes one to time to achieve your dream. I know that ideas rule the world, but great minds drive history. So I'm the dreamer. But to achieve this goal, I think we have a collective responsibility of individuals, patriotic individuals of the John Nation, to drive this cause. And I think on the 27th of August, that's what we are looking at. So it's not just a book launch, it's going to be a gathering of the John Nation to define a common cause for the John Nation itself. I think that is the essence.
Yeah, and you are looking at the theme.
Yeah, the theme of the day is sustaining the vision and the Izon agenda of government of Wizard for future generations.
So it's the day is much like or about Ekpempolo.
It's about the Izon nation.
Okay, it is on nation, but then you're looking at it from the prism
It's
of
a case study, yeah.
Tompolo's
Tompolo
works.
is a case study.
The
Yeah.
case, yeah, and you're looking. Your invitations are already flying out.
Oh yeah, the invitations have cut across everywhere, and I think the social media is shut down because of this very program.
Oh, the social media is shut down. Who are
Yeah.
those you're expecting? The likes of who are you expecting? Yeah.
Yeah, the expectations are high. The invitations have gone across. The former president of the country, Goodluck Jonathan, is coming. The governor of Bayelsa State, whom we refer as the Governor General of the John Nation, Senator Doyedri, is a special guest of honor and is going to be the chief host. We've given an invitation across the nation. Dignitaries like Goodluck and Eniki Lokbobri is a special guest. Dr. Sambolonguku, MD NDDC, is a special guest, and many others like the royal fathers of the day. We're looking at the Pen King, King Dakulu Bobrae is coming. We're looking at the jurists, and the king is himself. Tabai, Justice Tabai, His Majesty is coming, and we're looking at King Koko II, one of the greatest king in the John Nation, is coming all the way from Port Harcourt. So I think we are ready. And the book presenter of the day is going to be I Chief Engineer Kirsten Pondi and many others.
Right. I figure you mentioned High Chief Owezide Ekpempolo.
He is the topic of the day, so I
But
don't
he's not
think,
coming through.
No, he already is mentioned.
Yeah.
So, and because he's a personality that you can't define, so we expect him to come. For the first time, let me make his public appearance, because sometimes deities move. So let him move on.
You refer to him as a deity.
special.
We'll get into all of these. And this is happening at the Ijo House in Yenagoa.
Yenagoa.
Correct. Is it open to the public? Do you think that a venue is enough to shoulder or carry all of the persons who will be coming?
A Zon house is the right place, because it's the place of your father. It is a place of the ancestors. Because a house is more than a home. A house is a symbol of something else, of our ancestors, our gods. So we feel a Zon house is the appropriate place.
The
for
president
this.
of INC will be attending too.
Oh, he's the father of the day.
Father,
He's gonna be
you,
father
you
of the
missed
day.
out on it.
And Honorable Dr. Tina Zoeri, one of our greatest mothers of this era. I call her the goddess herself. I think she's going to make the mother of the day.
Okay. And it's an event that's open to all.
It's open to all. Yeah. No pass.
I can walk in.
Anybody can walk in. All the spirits of the John Nation can walk in, because it's going to be more than what you see.
So
What
this is actually a spiritual event.
Oh yes, a Zon means spirit. A Zon means spirit. A Zon means Uru. So it's going to be both
Does
the
it Zon mean Oru or truth? Which of it? Because I hear people say Izon is actually truth.
That's what it means, because like Jesus will say, Yahweh is a spirit, and whoever that is coming to worship Yahweh must worship him in truth and in spirit. So Uru is truth, Uru is spirit, Uru is phenomenal.
So, all right, you worship Jesus through Uru, and him being, or I'm using a gender already. Actually, they being truth and spirit. Well, let's get into your books. The last time, the Uru tribe called Izon is the first thing you spoke about. That's the first book we talked about. Then we went on to talk about the history of Alamisea.
Yeah.
And well, I don't understand that you have a book around government Oezidi Ekpempulu, given that you're having a launch Saturday on them, right?
Yeah, it is not about government always the This is not his biography, this is not his book. This book is all about you. It's about me. It's about the Zon nation. And government always the happens to be a child of that ancestral background. So I think it's beyond government always the
Quickly walk us through a brief summary of the books you're looking to commission, the scorecard, the Uru tribe, and that focuses on Alamisea. Could you start with the Uru tribe? Like a brief summary, so we can start from there and get into details of the books.
Yeah, a lot of controversies have been raised. Why did you come up with a title like Uru? When Uru, to some extent, has been demonized. Because to some, Uru means devil. To some, Uru means juju. To some, Uru means demon. And coming up with such difficult book and narrative, I think you are daring the waters. And I'm bold enough to dare the waters because it's your place to talk about you. And I think I'm coming up with the Uru tribe just the way Professor Achebe came up with the Things Fall Apart. The essence of Achebe talking about the Things Fall Apart is because the white writers demonize us. They give you the image you see. They demonize your ancestors. And Achebe said, no, that's not right. And he gave a title. Things are falling apart. The white man has come to put a thing that brought us together. And now we are falling apart. Africa is falling apart. The Zon nation is falling apart. Our deities are falling apart. Our ancestors are falling apart. Because the white man has put a thing into that thing that binds us together. So I'm here to rebind us together so that we know where we are coming from. You should know your roots. You should be good enough to talk about yourself and your history and to defend your ancestors. I think that is the essence of the Uru. And let me tell you a little about Uru. Uru, when I met with Dr. Kingsley Kuku and I presented the book to him because he's going to be the chairman of the day. And Kuku is one of the best brains of our time. And immediately when he saw the copy of the book, The Uru Tribe, called Izon, he smiled and he said, did you call Izon the Uru tribe? Don't you think Uru is more than a tribe? That he said to me, Uru is a race. Oh yes, because the word Uru is part of the history of Israel. The ark of God that we hear every day from the scriptures is actually called the ark of Uru. Because you know, there is nothing like God in the Hebrew vocabulary. The Hebrew word for God is Yahweh. But because the English one is a thief, they had to steal the God, steal his name, steal Yeshua and turn it to Jesus. So they don't know that the ark of God is actually called the ark of Uru. That is why you see the Israelites carrying the ark, and the Zon nation, traditional spiritual worship, we carry the ark too when you want to go to war. So Yahweh, who is defined as the God of war, El Shaddai, the God of war, in your land we have the Besu Uru, representing war. So Israel goes to war with their ark, we go to war with our ark. And when Israel goes to war, if you see the white cloud appearing, you know Yahweh has come to answer them. But if the German goes to war and you see the white cloud above, you know the Gbesu spirit has come. So there is a relationship.
Basically, you're fighting the perceived indoctrination of the Jews by the West. That's what you're fighting.
Oh yeah, yeah. We want to come back home. We want to call ourselves names that is preferable to us. I want to bear my name Gisike Makbarakata. I don't want to bear the name James. I don't want to bear the name John. I don't want to bear the name Timothy. I want to bear the name of my fathers and my ancestors.
So you see problems with people who give birth to children and call them faith, for instance.
Already.
Or, well, it's a word that you shouldn't see a problem with that. Maybe a name like my name, Henry.
Yeah, you have been colonized.
Okay. And what?
It's part of the colonization
me,
process.
I mean, you say my parents, right? But I'm colonized too.
Yeah, you're colonized. You know why I'm saying that?
But am I still thinking like a colonized man? Yeah, that's.
We are trying to give you the freedom that you desire. That Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself
from mental
slavery, because it is only you that can change and transform yourself. So I think after this interview, I want you to change the name Erin to something familiar to your ancestors. But before you talk and come in, let me give you a chapter.
I want to talk about
yes, before you
okay.
you're coming, let me give you a line from the book, The Uru Tribe, by Walter Rodney, who wrote the book, How Europe decolonized undeveloped Africa. Colonized undeveloped Africa. And he said something. The Europeans knew well enough that if they didn't control the minds of the Africans through a religious means, they would soon cease to control them psychologically, physically, and politically. So what they do, they have to remove the chains and put the chains in our minds. Now, we are thinking the way they want us to think. We are behaving the way they want us to behave. So if I say, the name of my God is Oru, and you said, what do you mean? That is demonic. And you know why they started it? Because they study history. Africans don't. When they came, they studied that the elders could not be controlled with what they brought. So they started with the educational background, the educational process. They catch us young because they know that a stupid elder was a stupid child.
Okay, well, yeah, you speak as though this is something targeted, planned for so long and then foisted on Africans. It's not something they do just as they go along, or they were not just looking for economic power and so thought for resources. They beyond economic power wanted to control these people's minds. That's how you speak. That's how you speak. I like also remind you that there are people. The Walter Rodney you've quoted here is a radical scholar, and the like that would often preach Europe underdeveloping Africa. There are people, scholars, who do not believe that Europe actually underdeveloped Africa. They will tell you that we are our greatest undoing. Even when you establish that, yes, there is an influence of Europe in the underdevelopment of Africa, he tells you that in the contemporary time, why exactly are we still stuck where we are? What could we point to that? Would we still blame Europeans for doing that after several years of free from them?
Yes. It is a psychological warfare. They knew history. They studied how the human mind works. So they didn't stop there. They planted a seed. A seed before they went back. And that is the seed that is germinating. Like I said before, the white man had gone back to his country, but the seed of colonization that they plant is still working in us. We are still doing.
They were deliberate about it.
It must be deliberate, because if you want to conquer your enemy, Jesus said that if you want to go and conquer your enemy, you plan.
Were they listening to Jesus when they did that?
No, I'm giving you a philosophy.
Okay.
Not as a religious master.
I'm
saying Jesus as a...
I like us to be certain and factual and not say it seems as though they did this, it seems like they did it because of this. Let's be certain that yes, they did it, and this is the reason they did it. And if you're saying that, you will provide proof. For instance, now you could show us text or refer to historical texts and documents of Lugard communication with the Queen or anybody as regards how they need to penetrate and conquer them beyond economically, conquer them mentally. I mean, if we see such texts now, we'll just believe that truly they had the intent. It was deliberate. They didn't just come to dominate economically.
Let me come in, because I love to talk, because talking is war.
I said, you're lucky.
Yeah.
You all like to talk.
I said that they were deliberate. And if you are looking for a document for their deliberation, how to colonize Africa, I think I've seen one. Your name.
Okay, my name is it a document?
Your name is a document, because your name is Henry. And they knew that if you want to control a man, start from his name. So that when the child becomes a man, he will never deviate from.
Yes.
Because when I'm talking with the power of the deities. I'm not alone. If I tell you that I'm a spirit, you may disagree. But so listen, it's an inspiration.
Because I would not want to do a debate with a spirit who is all-knowing, who is very likely all-knowing.
Every deity was once upon a human being. Jesus was a human being. So listen to me. The colonization process starts with your name, Henry, because there is power in a man's name. They knew that the power of the mind is the greatest thing, the greatest weapon any man can have. And the Pythagoras wrote, "Man, know thyself." They knew how names work. That is why when you read the book, The Ruth, that when Kinta Kunte was taken to the foreign land, the first thing that the white man did was to change his name. From Kinta Kunte to Toby. The moment when you give a name to a child, he will behave like one. And that is where the power of the human mind starts from. So all of them are names. So if you call me a name and grew that child to become one, if you bear Eri, then what would going to be the name of your ancestor and your deity? Remember Harry, the white man was so careful that when they wanted to steal the God of Israel, they changed his name too. From Yahweh to God. And they felt that was good enough. Change the name of the son. So they changed the name of Yeshua to Jesus. That is the way the human mind works. You change a man first with the name. So if you are asking for a document, Henry is one.
I would bet to differ, but I like to leave that area. I like to correct what I think is wrong. As much as we discuss here that the British are responsible for the underdevelopment of Africa, I don't know if we can stay here and call them thieves. I think I heard you say that, and I know that you did not quite mean thieves. I mean, I feel you did not mean thieves. You actually meant they borrowed it.
No, I mean thief. They stole your gold. They stole your oil. They stole your name. They stole your identity. The moment the man steals your name, he has successfully getting hold of your soul.
Steal your name?
Yeah.
What did they use the name for? You steal something to use something.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I have a name. Let me tell you an allegory of something that happened to me some years ago. I went to Port Harcourt to get a job for myself, and the white man of the company wanted to know my name. He asked me, "What is your name?" And I said, "My name is Gesikeme Akbarakata." And he said, "You don't have a name. Go back." And I stood aside and I watched the whole process. Everybody coming with their name, James, John, Timothy, and whatever. And something tells me that this is war. There is no neutral ground. Go with a borrowed name. Borrow one to live your life. And I said, okay, let me borrow one. And I remember in school, I had been given some names like David, Solomon, and whatever. And I remembered one, David. They got me from the secondary school. They caught me early. So I said, "Sir, I've gotten a name." And the man said, "What is your name?" And I said, "My name is David." And he said, yes, now you have gotten a name for yourself.
Okay, so well,
I want to finish
this is a
story.
singular case. I mean, I think I got the picture from the story. The white man made you
That is not the end of the story.
change your name.
No, that is the end. The end is why I was David in River State. Everybody, all the queries, all the Igbos knew me as Dave. The girlfriend I had in Port Harcourt knew me as Dave. So one day I came to Bayelsa where nobody asked your name. They knew you as a Gesike Makparakata. So one day I was at the Kiki Park and I heard a voice, Dave. I heard the voice. And somebody tapped me on the back and said, a guy has been running after you. And he's calling you Dave and you don't reply. And I said, I turned and I saw that he was an equator friend of mine over the years. And he said, Dave, I've been calling your name. And I told him, no, Dave was not my name. I was forced to have that name for myself.
Were you forced? You went to meet someone and they told you that you don't have a name. And you immediately believed that you don't have a name, that Gesekeme Parakata was not a name. So you had to go back and take on something else. Did they put a gun to your head to tell you to do this? You changed it on your own account.
Wrong question.
How is it wrong?
There was gun.
There was gun now.
Yeah,
please.
because you know what defines life? What defines life is how do you live for a day. That is why a pot of porridge, a man can sell his destiny for a pot of porridge, because you want to live for a day. So when it said pointing a gun at me, already they pointed at me with a gun and a machete and everything, that he must change your name from Kunta Kunte to Toby. So I changed my name from Gesekeme Prakata to David.
I like it to be, when you're figurative, I like you to say you're figurative. When you say they pointed a gun at you, you are literally saying that you saw a physical gun being pointed at you, a machete. Well, I know that what you mean is that they pointed an economic gun, a tool to make you to change it, because you needed to eat. That's the first thing. You were trying to explain that you need to eat. Right?
Let me tell you, you're talking like your name. Yes, you're talking like your name, because you know.
Okay.
No, I want to tell you a story. It's my day. Professor.
To understand you better, I am talking like I am colonized.
Yes, that is what I mean. Let me tell you something that looks like your name. Asheba was taken to UK to be given an award, the inventor of African literature. So when he went there, they said, no, I am not an inventor of African literature. In Africa, literature is born with us. Our gods are not like your God, that you have just one single God. In Africa, we have many gods. I'm talking about literature. We are born with it. Our names are literature. We don't explain. Allow me to say here, whatever thing the sheep does is right. A name. Not like you people that would bear a name, dog, duke, whatever. In Africa, we don't bear names like that. And he was trying to tell them that a name means a lot of things to people, but literature is what defines Africa. So if you ask me, why don't you say literally, education is a problem? You are talking like that because you feel whatever thing I say, I must make it clear that it was literature. But in Africa, we don't tell you that we're speaking literature, because you have to read in between the lines. And that is what I want you to know. And if you're an African child that is truly know your root, you don't ask me to explain it literally, because you must understand in between the lines. That is Africa for you.
Let's now delve into other books you intend to launch, and one of them you mentioned was a scorecard on Tantita Security Services of Nigeria. You say it's re-evaluating and harnessing the impact of Tantita Security Services on Nigeria's economy and oil sector. Let's have you scale and expand on this book. Specifically, why have you written this book, and why do you believe all of these things you've said in your intro? Impact of Tantita Security Services on Nigeria's economy and the oil sector. You think that they've had a considerable impact?
Yeah, words are powerful. All that we are trying to do here, there is a rationale behind it. Because if you truly want to know a man, then you study his background. And that is what the colonial administrators did. They have to study our background. And our conversation today, you know why it is like this? It is fractured by two different individuals. I'm coming from somewhere. You can understand the power and the passion and the stream, because I talk this way. What your father told you is what my father told you. So different people, different backgrounds, different educational backgrounds, and different. So there is need for us to clash in order to unite. So I can understand the beauty of what we are doing here. It is a war, because for the first time you are telling the people that what they understood as Oru as a demon, Oru as a juju, and he said Oru is the name of God. You know, you will have to fight a lot of battle, and that is what I want to make the public clear, that I'm not writing Tombolo's biography. What I'm talking about is about our ancestral beginning, about us, about our ancestors. And let me equally tell you, Henry, and the public, that I've not been paid one dime from what I'm doing. It is like a song. Ashebe said, if a man comes to your house and defecate on the floor, if a man defecate on the floor, what do? You take a stick and you break his head. Take it easy. So I'm trying to say that what I'm doing right now to put up together is because a man is insulting my father. A man is insulting my ancestors. And I can't stand aside and look, because it is my right to defend my people. It is my right to defend my gods. It is my right to defend Tompolo. It is my right to defend Dr. Felix Todola. It is my right to defend Dr. Kingsley Kuku. It is my right to defend that Barakata. So that is what I'm doing. Then talking about the Tantita scorecard and allow me to say, let me be brief. The Tantita scorecard we have today is more than a contract to remind. The last time I came, I said, Tantita as a company supposed to be looking at how much gain, because it's a company, it's a business, and every businessman is looking at how much gain he's going to make. But for Dr. Tompolo or Kirsten Pondit to be rooted to the problems of the people, to share their benefit and everything with the people. Because if a man cries, you cry up to Tompolo, you cry up to Kirsten Pondit. Kirsten Pondit, Tantita is the saving grace of this very Naija Delta. That's why the Naija Delta is enjoying the peace we're enjoying today. And Kirsten Pondit is the savior of the Nigerian economy. Why? Because if you give, the best security method for a man is to give the security to the man that owns the oil. And Yaradua was so careful that he got it right. That if I give this thing to the owners, I will get it right. And he give it to Tompolo, and I think we're enjoying the peace we do. So the best security method is to give the security of a place to the people. Because some years ago, something happened in China. China had the biggest and the strongest wall. But one day, China was invaded. And the question was, how did it happen? They bribed the gate men. Because it was to invade, you give and bribe the gatekeepers, and you will have your place. So invasion comes. I
believe the insight listeners, viewers will be looking to glean from the book would be the title itself, the scorecard you say that you are trying to show to the public. And you might not exactly give all of the scorecard because time is limited, all right? True. And that's the reason you've written a book about it. But we expect that you drop 1, 2, 3 scorecards, things that make you believe, you are convinced that Tantita is the savior of the Naija Delta.
Or celebrating. So you want me to talk about the scorecard and some scores.
3. The things that make you believe that Tantita is the best for Nigeria. Tantita has been doing well in Nigeria.
So I'm trying to tell you that Tantita is a gift. Because when a man gives you a gift, you should understand that it's a gift. And that is why I talk about the Tantita scorecard. Why am I talking about it? The scorecard here is a public opinion. It's a public survey. This is not Tantita talking. This is Gesike Makbrakata and stakeholders of the Naija Delta talking. Because if you fail, it is our place to say, sir, you fail. Because you've been appointed to govern a people. It is the people's right to say you fail. So the scorecard is a public opinion. It is not Tantita that's talking today. It is the people that spoke that Tantita, this is our scorecard. We give you 80, we give you 70, we give you 50. Some scored 100, depending on the individual scorecard and perception. So talking about Tantita scorecard, like I said before, you can't be a testifier of your own glory. You needed one to talk about it. And if a son or one that is close to Tompolo, one that is close to Kirsten Pondit coming to say, yeah, Tantita has done good, I think that is wrong. Because a son cannot stand and testify for his own father. Because they knew and they think because of where you are eating from. I am not an employee of Tantita.
Well, you are religiously attached. You are inclined to the Olu tribe, and you worship what Tonpolo worships, and it's only.
I will tell you if it's wrong.
Think that, yeah,
I will tell you, no. That is where you are going, and that's where the public is going.
Maybe the spirit also will communicate. There is need for you to share this message to the public. So, yeah, you know.
Okay, the spirit of
the spirit could, yeah. You are a deity, you know. You said it last time, right?
Every son of a nation is a deity.
You have said that the last time. So maybe it's the spirit communicating to you, do this thing. And so that's some sort of inducement there, right? No?
I understand.
Maybe you're not getting financial benefits immediately. It could be the spirit doing something for you in the spiritual realm. I'm speaking spiritual already. Would you look at
yeah, now you're coming back home. You're coming back like an African child. You know, talking about Tantita, once upon a time, the Niger Delta was a battlefield. The federal government has their own benefits because the oil price is stable. But beyond that, there is what the Niger Delta should celebrate for. That a day like this has to come. That you don't walk and go through the waters of the Niger Delta without your enemies attacking you. Sea piracy was the order of the day. And the calmness and the peace and the love and everything came because Tom Polo as a man stood for the Niger Delta before Tantita, and it was done selflessly. Talking about Tantita's scorecard, and the reason why we want to subject this whole thing to the theme, sustaining the vision and the development agenda of government of Wizard Gbamugbulo, the IZO agenda. I think Area observed something. So many of the John Nation people feel Tompulo is a worship of the deities. They don't see him beyond that. But I came up with this, that no, Tompulo is a worship of a deity, but is a man that prays and at the same time he plants. He's a man that worships and at the same time he walks. So the development agenda of Tompulo is not for Tompulo alone. We needed collective minds to work with this dream. And that is why I'm bringing in the Kingsley Cuckoos, the Trodolors, the Governor General of the John Nation, Senator Doedri, the Enikins, the Samuel Umbukus, to work hand in hand with this collective dream. So the IZO agenda is not for Tompulo alone. It's for all of us, including the children.
The people you interviewed, I'd like to even know how the Tantita scorecard, how it takes shape. Is it like a research you did, and so at the end of the day you did data analysis to come up with the 90% said this, and so you could now say, or is it total opinions from people who are Ijaw, and could we rely on that?
Yeah, that is what I said, is a public opinion.
So it's totally opinions.
It's opinion. It's a collection.
Yes. Of the Ijaw people.
Yes.
Could we rely on that to really accept that Tantita maybe has done well, or the scorecard does not entirely say Tantita has done well?
That is what I'm saying. It's a public survey. It's a collection of data. You see, you're right. So what we've gathered here, you look at the Nigerian economy, you look at the oil price, you look at everything. And somebody said that Tantita's scorecard relies on the public opinion the people have. They may not know, because it's like a king coming back to earth. So you will ask the subject, what have I done? How comfortable are you of what I'm doing? Like some people give their 70%. That Tantita, yes, have done well, especially for welfareism. But there is something that they want to observe. That when Tantita is destroying the bunkeries and whatever, let them not burn those things in the forest. But we're looking at the economic survival of the people. And you say that Shell has failed because of oil gas flaring. And why are you burning the same thing? Talking about, a perspective. So those are corrections that Tantita should be taken home to be amended. So the scorecard depends on public's agreement and disagreement.
Let's delve into it. How many barrels per day are we currently produced in Nigeria? And would you say that this is enough, really,
Yeah,
to give
yeah.
Tita?
You know, the guest speaker of the day, because PLO Lumumba said, don't give your all.
You don't want to give your all?
That's what I'm trying to say. Our guest speaker on the 27th of August is coming from the United States of America, Kabowe Akamande, one of our best. And he's going to treat those answers on the 27th of August. So if you want to hear more, come to Ijo House on the 27th. And I think all
we
this
even
will
want
be
you to
great.
give us little. You have, pardon me, but you've gone around, but you did not even touch on one of the scorecards. You just said that
we're preparing a future. And that future is
Well,
right
it's,
there
it's
before
fine
us.
if you're not going to delve into it. I guess that brings us to the story, the book you wrote about Alame's here in the face of history, and what's this one about? Dethroned and enthroned. Is that reflective of when he left government, and at what point did the enthronement happen? I'm curious now as to the idea behind this book, Alame's in the face of history, dethroned and enthroned.
Yeah, allow me say in the face of history came at a point of his life when he had been dethroned. And the title came from an incident that happened. Allow me say in 2012 called a professors of some literary field, men of different environments, we came together. He called a meeting for us to talk about himself, and this is how he started it. He says, like Jesus, asking his disciples, what do you say I am? And that team was made up of Shiftike Okorotie, we call him the sage. Shiftike Okorotie was something else. We had Professor Azaiki Steve. We had Nengi Hela, one of our best writers, yeah.
Nengi La.
Nengi La,
Oh.
the Pope pen.
Now you have mentioned somebody that I know that I reckon with a lot.
Yes, yes. We had Professor Etekbe. So it was a team of writers, and I was the youngest of them all. And we were looking for a title. And the net was thrown open, and a lot of people came with their own titles. Nengi Hela came with the title, the Governor General of the Ijo Nation. And let me say, I said, no, I don't want to go to that road again. It was that road that cost me my downfall. So Governor General, no, I don't want to go to that road. Professor Tekbe came with his own title, and they said, no, not good enough. And it came to me, and they said, Akbarakata, what do you have? I said, allow me here in resource control. And they said, no, that title is too poor and too porous. And I asked for one more, like Oliver Twist. And they permitted me to give the second one. And I said, allow me here in the face of history. And Professor Sivazaki said, wow, that is it. That he had a similar title, titled Alamiya Siya Vice's History. But he felt mine is better coined, so let us work on my title. And you know, Professor Sivazaki is like a god to me. It is like the heaven and the earth. We can't pair. Professor Sivazaki is an encyclopedia of wisdom. I call him the global prof. So it is like God coming to earth to live among men. So when he accepted my title, that was the first time I know that, oh, Azaki is a salt of human kindness. So that was where the title came about. Alami said, live and died. And here am I, feeling that I owe him that right to talk about his book, and I think that is the essence of Alame's in the face of history. So it's about the rise and the fall of Alame's here, about these encounters with Obasanjo, about his fight, about his strong decisions that he made, walking into the militant camp when the gun was going on, and he said, I will come in, and they told him, if you come, I will shoot you. Alami said, look at them and said, no, I'm the Governor General of the Ijo Nation. Why won't I? And he stepped into the boundary with the guns shooting, and none penetrated the skin. And that was how they addressed him. They besu governor by Obasanjo. I think that is the essence. So,
Okay, beyond that, the downfall of Alamesia, what does your narrative tell about that? How was his downfall? Who did your narrative blame for the downfall of Alamesia?
yeah,
Was it something he caused by himself?
It's okay. I think I could be wrong because Alamisia gave us chapters to write about, and I wrote a chapter that Alamisia was a bad politician, and he came into the room, and Okorotie said, "No, we won't show him this chapter." So he saw us dragging on something, and Alamisia said, "What are you people dragging? What are you holding?" And he saw the document I wrote, that Alamisia is a pawn in the Nigerian political system. That Alamisia is not supposed to be a politician. Alamisia is too real to be a politician, because in politics, you must have to aim before you take up your bow. Alamisia is that man that if the people are that give him the right to speak and tell him, go and tell the king that your face looks like the face of a chimpanzee, Alamisia will go to that man. "Mr. President, my people said, you look like a monkey," and come back home. But a real politician won't give that. A real politician should be diplomatic. A real politician should understand his aim. But Alamisia can't do less. So when he saw that, he said, "Akparakata, let me give you some money for your lunch." You said the truth, that nobody else is there or good enough to say.
So Alamesia knew you were right about him.
That is what I mean. It was a project that started from his very heart. So he said, "Akparakata, you know why you are right? That I am not supposed to be a politician." Those are his words. That a politician should learn how to lie, but I can't lie.
Well, he has military background. Maybe that's
Yeah,
the
he
reason.
was. He was a squadron commander. A politician should
Then
have the ability.
and then he dropped to play politics.
Yeah. A politician should know that should learn how to call black white and white black, but I couldn't do that. That I had my encounter with Obasanjo because of that. Because Ribaldo told me that go and apologize to Mr. President, that Obasanjo was angry with them, with you and Eburi. So Eburi had gone to apologize. Alamisia said, "You should go and apologize to him." And Alamisia said he went to see Mr. President. And immediately when Obasanjo saw him, Obasanjo started to foam. That Alamisia said, "You want to take my job? You want to take my job?" And Obasanjo said, "You and Atiku want to take my job, right?" And instead of him, he's saying this, those are his words. Instead of me to tell him to apologize, I told him, "You can't do otherwise. You are leaving the seat because the constitution said so." And Obasanjo said, "Alamisia, you will hear from me." Alamisia thought it was a statement. But to Obasanjo, that was a statement of declaration of war. "You will hear from me, Alamisia." Alamisia came to the meaning of that statement when they got him at the airport. And he knew that I've been framed, that I've been walked into a conspiracy. Obasanjo said, "Alamisia, you will hear from me." And truly, Alamisia heard from Obasanjo.
So you
And
blame
felt
Obasanjo,
everything.
you blame Obasanjo for the ordeals Alamisia went through, not for his personal choices in government, and by the allegations leveled against him, mismanagement of funds and all of those.
Yes, that is what I mean. It was, I give you a statement, that Alamisia later got the meaning, that you will hear from me. The enemy is coming to attack you.
You're given the statement diplomatically. Are you also not, okay, well, you're not a politician, you are a writer, but you
Why do you say I'm not a politician?
Please correct me if I'm wrong. You are a politician.
You are wrong again, because you are giving me words.
Good.
That is trying to...
Please scratch that I said that.
That's
Scratch
what I
it.
mean, yeah.
You are a politician.
Of course,
I did not
every
think
human
you
being
were.
is a politician. I cast my vote, and that's my
I
political
mean, you're
right.
actively playing politics.
It doesn't matter.
in
That is another
government.
word of the English. I have a problem with the vocabulary. Everything they give it to you cast cast your vote, and that is a political right. And somebody said, you are not a politician. I disagree.
Yet again, we are debating. I think this is not to make you feel a certain way, but I think it's argumentative now.
I understand two different people.
Let's focus on the issue so we don't get argumentative, right?
Okay.
You almost made me lose the thrill of thought I've got. Yeah,
it's deliberate.
Yeah. It's deliberate. Mr. Barakata.
Oh yeah, it's deliberate. It's war.
Okay, in that case, you view everything else, but hey, it's not war. We're having a conversation. Alamesia, do you believe when they said that Obasanjo, many people say Obasanjo is responsible for his ordeal, would like you to say in black and white, yes, I believe strongly Obasanjo was responsible for all of the ordeals that Alamesia went through. And even when Goodluck came back to power, and somehow it seems as though Alamesia was back in Bayelsa State, we started hearing talks of Obasanjo, Goodluck's, Alamesia's cases. I mean, the allegations, we started hearing such talks, resurfacing before Alamesia passed. Do you blame Obasanjo? Do you hold him, or is there someone else that you could blame? Beyond Obasanjo, many believe there are those in Bayelsa State, amongst us in the Ijaw nation, that helped to sell Alamesia to those who dethroned and messed him up.
Yeah, that's right. What makes me is what I have. A man can only give what he has inside of me. So the way I'm talking is because of what I took in. Garbage in, garbage out. So whenever time I talk, I love to give references to things. Those things I see, those things I hear.
I would argue that, but it will be argumentative. So let's leave.
Yeah, it is my right to say it. You can attack me.
I won't. I won't. I promise.
I gave this name to Dr. Kingsley Kuku, whom I see as an idol. And when he saw the book, let me use this line to answer your question. You're not here to say Obasanjo was right. Alamesia was pure. No, that's not what I mean. We want to learn from our mistakes and our past. Alamesia said he had a problem. And his problem was he cannot call white black, and he's not supposed to be a politician. So sometimes you look at yourself and look at the errors. Not to blame, but to learn from it. When I gave the book to Dr. Kingsley Kuku, and he looked at the face, and he said, oh, Alamesia, the Governor General of this nation, an imperfect man with a beautiful soul. Oh, Alamesia, all his life he was a zone. That is to tell you that he was not a perfect man. What defines beauty is not perfection. Because it is wrong for us to make good an enemy of perfection. Because you must be a good man to graduate to be a better man. So Alamesia was a good man. Alamesia was a beautiful soul. Alamesia set the record straight in what we have today. Alamesia was our all. Alamesia was a Zonism. Alamesia was a god.
We do not have much time. I asked the question, you played around and yet did not answer the question, but it's fine if you're not looking to answer it. We'll just take.
If you don't get it, don't blame me now.
It's okay. People would say that you're responsible for what you say, but the way I understand it, I'm totally responsible for that. So let's be hopeful also that the way the audience understand it, they understand what you're saying, and they've already gotten the picture of what you're saying. So as not to shoot yourself or maybe indict yourself or maybe say things that might to hurt you later. We understand all of this, so it's fine. So you don't implicate yourself. Let me see something. Let me ask a question that you may see as maybe petty. I don't know if petty covers the term I'm trying to explain, but there are many who believe that. And I am asking this question so we can make a clarity for the generations who did not quite live in the time of Alamesia's ordeal. People who believe that Alamesia dressed as a woman. Did you cover these aspects in your book, where they say he dressed as a woman to certain security services?
Yeah, I did, because whatever thing happened in your generation, you will be old and responsible, so you must know. You must know everything about your time, because it is time that defines a man, and that is what I'm doing. Alamesia being dressed as a woman was actually that question had been settled by the public before Alamesia. because it is published by the everyday manager that he apologized that Alamisa didn't dress as a woman. I cover it. The man said when he heard the rumor that Alamisia's return from UK was a matrix, was unexplainable. So they had to cook up a story to cover their failure. Because talking about the United States of America, you are talking about one of the best security countries in the world, apart from America. So a man beating that system, they have to take something for the blame. And they came up with a conspiracy theory that he must have dressed like a woman. So when the news...
Yet again, isn't that an indictment on their security services? How do you dress as a woman? How can you dress as a woman and evade security operative in Nigeria that is not exactly as security strong as the United Kingdom or the USA? We are porous around here, security-wise. Please, don't come for me. I'm only stating what I believe to be true.
If you want to take my place, you talk. You ask a question and I'm trying to reveal something that you want to ask me the answer.
I'm not sure.
So listen, so that you go home with something.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
So when it came, many people were asking for questions. A lot of conspiracy theories. Some said it disappeared. Some said, is it not an Ogbesu son? In the Niger Delta, people fall into the water and disappear.
Does Ogbesu work in UK?
Allow me to say I came back home. That means Ogbesu works.
I mean, when you say disappear, I know they disappear. People they disappear. I know go like say and I know they disappear. People they enter water.
You are asking me
but
that
for UK, Ogbesu they work. Not simple thing. Yes, Ogbesu they work for UK, or you need to work for UK.
I want to shut down the educational system because a lot of times we go back on simple question. What do you mean by simple question? I'm an adult, so if you ask me a question, you can't say yes or no. You allow me to elaborate. You are a product of the school system. You don't ask a man yes or no. No. So you listen and take your yes.
In elaborating, you sometimes don't even answer the question.
Why won't I answer? Because this is an historical moment. Why won't I answer? Because this time will go down in history. No, why won't I answer when they ask me a question?
Go ahead. Please answer the question, sir. Like this,
so people said he disappeared. And like you said, can Ogbesu work in the UK, the almighty UK? Then you have your answer. How did he come to Nigeria? If Ogbesu cannot make a man to disappear in the UK, in the United States of America, that means Ogbesu is an all-powerful phenomenon deity. Don't talk. Let me to finish. Come on.
Okay.
The public is listening.
It's okay.
And they want to hear from me.
I'm not talking now. Please go ahead. I'm
so,
my thought.
There are a lot of conspiracy theories, and they wanted to study the life of the German. That these people go into the water and disappear. You will take them on a ride to the forest. They disappear. Alami Seya must have been inspired by his Ogbesu deity. But we are talking about spirits. People feel they don't work in the physical world. So we're looking.
Was also a dating. All the just
you are interrupting the spirits that are here.
Go ahead. I'm so sorry, please.
And you may kill a cow for doing that.
I beg your pardon, please.
Okay. So people had to hold on to some concrete evidence. They want to go to the spiritual aspect of it, that Alamisa disappeared, that Ogbesu beat the almighty United States of America security system. So they came up with a story. He must have dressed like a woman. It was a hypothesis, documentary, structured story. So the Nigerian system bought the story and established it that Alamisiya was dressed like, and the This Day newspaper manager wrote on the sketch that this work is a sketch work written below.
You mean the photos we saw there?
Yes, all the photos you saw. Okay. It was written, it was a sketch, not a real picture. And it was written because of the law. The man wrote, this is a mere sketch documentary. But Africa, we don't read. That is why I came back with these 3 books. Nobody saw what they wrote. All that they saw was a man dressed like a woman. And the writers of that particular story said, no, we just felt. That is our imagination.
Okay.
So I think he didn't dress like a woman.
Thank you so much for your response, and that is a very, very good response. That's you directly answering the question that's been asked, and that's clarified. I mean, you have taught me a lot too. I'm young. You are an elderly person, and I know that there's too many things to glean from you. And if I allow you to continue talking, there are so many more things I'll learn about Alamesia. And clearly, you are blunt. You are not one who would hide whether the good side or the bad side. I really look forward to peering and doing this book cover to cover.
Thank you.
To really understand some of the things you've written about Lamesia, some of the things you've written about the Oro tribe called Izon, and also the Tantita scorecard. I particularly have interest in that area because I hope I'm there that day. I hope I don't have some event that takes me off.
Thank you.
Yeah, but sadly we have to anchor at this point, and so I'm going to allow you to do maybe a message to Biosen as regards your launching come August 27, like I stated, and do a parting shot on the conversation. Yes, you could also remind people on the particular day and those who are coming through. I mean, all of this.
Okay.
As we go.
A free child. I have to end my story with his on. Eyes on.
Yeah.
I'm not an Englishman, so it gives me some difficulty to talk on what the Englishman has given to me. So let me come back home so that they will know that it is an Ezon that is talking.
Very much.
I'm not a product of King James, and I have a problem with King James and King Aries. Not you, the king.
It's fine.
Anyway, it's on to the Imba by day. I'm going to big away. I can't predict video. I'm going to bam. Me, I'm a few minutes bigger, but sir, I can't have a brigade fire. Yeah, I'm going to have a minute on feet to go. I may have fear, I can't put a minute on way. A man, no rook at boy, a man, tambaraka to boy, a man, no wing get to boy. And a man, man, on my bed and dominant bed and man. Commodical big, but a full launch in here, book launch here. But I think it is more than a book launch. It is a gathering of the people to chart a course for themselves. Because you know, a man, a great nation does not prepare for war in times of war. You prepare for war in time of peace. So time or last time, what do we do? Time or last time, do we learn from Alamesia? Do we learn from Chief Government Owisi Degbomugbolo? Do we learn from the Kingsley Cuckoos? Do we learn from Dr. Felix Twodolos? And not Benny Dominic to me. The president of this day is the president of INC. Oru Trabem go blobolomo pray moment baby. That may fumine may Germany is not going to be just a book. The whole world will hear you from this narrative. And the chief, Egbado will like better to the deities. When I call deities, I'm talking about God. I'm talking about Yahweh. I'm talking about Jehovah. I'm trying to reconcile what we call Yahweh as Uru. That the ancient of days, we are not different. So if you look at the behavior of the Israelites at the jaws, why are you behaving in the same manner? So if a pastor will see what I'm doing and say, demon, I think it's a misconception. We talk to the water, we talk to the air, we talk to the land. We are not demonic. Because if you want to go to war, a basic tells you, don't kill a child. It's against me because I'm holy. Don't steal. Don't do any bad thing. And that is what represents us. We are pure, we are righteous. So Mary minute 27th of my wiki Thursday. I may not say all because Dr. Christian Kuku promised that Ezon is more than a tribe, Ezon is a race. And on that day, he's going to expand on that argument. So yeah, klika klimo. Kemotubo the platform a project by Porotubo. Once again, government of Kwokekbeo, Tom Polo Kwokekbeo, Kesin Pondo Kwokekpreo. I'm doing this because I'm a child of history. And if I don't give this thing to my children, what will happen to me? My little 14 years boy said, Dad, The Bible says, if they slap you this one, give them the other one. If I slap a white man, would he give me the other cheek? I look at the boy and I knew that the boy was inspired by the Oru phenomenon. How many people, 90 years, 80 years, they don't ask questions? The Bible says, 90-15 says, if a man slap you, he give him the other one. But my son said, no. The white man won't take that, so why must I take that? So I'm trying to correct an impression that what was given was wrong. And this is the right record. Allow me to say in the face of history. The rise of a man and his fall and his mistakes. Because he was not a perfect man, but he was a good man. So, 27th, Mepumene, Wikime, Thursday by Nimelade, 2 o'clock, I'm coming to Benio. I come to Negri with you. A lag by Abo, Dr. Kuku will talk about it. A lag by Abo, Dr. James Ekrade Niminebo will talk about it. A lag by Abo, the Governor General of his own nation, Senator Doedri, would take the day because he is the Governor General and his own nation is under his watch. So I think he's coming personally because we have sent him his letter. We have sent Fobra his own letter. The Deputy Governor, Peter Akpe, wow, a wonderful spirit. Because he recently made a statement. He went to Polo Festival and he saw some people with tie and suits. And the man said, what is happening to Africa? You came to a cultural background festival with suit and come on, represent your culture. For the first time, I appreciated that man. That is not a pastor. He's a man loaded with wisdom. So thank you, the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State, Dr. Akpe, for all that he have given to us. And for, but a day like this supposed to go live. Bible of the Paul Barasara, oh, I'm empty. I've given all. Nobody feel that they should support me. So I need some warmness. I need some support.
All right.
Thank you. I want to appreciate viewers, Erin, because the sharing of the message is more than what I expected. Because everything you see here is done by me, is done by my sacrifice. But a few names can be added. People like Dr. Kingsley Kuku, wow, he championed the cause. Dr. Felix Todolo, wonderful spirit. Dr. Dode Wick, my uncle, oh, wonderful spirit. Tina Zoere, wonderful spirit.
Thank you so much, Mr. Gesikeme Parakata. As thunderous as it sounds.
Oh, yeah, deliberately doing that.
Am I?
Oh, yes.
It's okay. But it's allowed though, is it?
Oh, sure, you're allowed.
Alrighty. My name is Henry Muifula. It's been a thunderous discussion with Mr. Gesikeme Parakata. August 27, we will dine, read, feast at the Joe House, is on Wari, come August 27. Thank you so much for being a part of today's episode of Chat with Naija Live Television. From me and the entire team, bye-bye.
Your nation is listening. Chat with Naija Live TV. Speak boldly, think freely, be heard from every corner of Nigeria to the world. Eyes on the Ijo Nation. Are you ready? The Save Naija Data Initiative, in collaboration with Ijo National Congress (INC), Ijo Youth Council Worldwide (IYC), and Ijo Diaspora Council, present the tripartite book launch and award ceremony. And let me say, in the face of history, the Oru tribe called Ijo and the Tantita Scorecard. Theme: sustaining the vision and a zone development agenda of High Chief Government Owezi Dekpemupolo for future generations, by Dr. J. Books presenter, High Chief Engineer Kestin Ebimobowe Pandi, Managing Director, Tantita Security Services of Nigeria. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Senator Doediri, Governor, Bayelsa State, and His Excellency Dr. Pastor Peter Perotubo Akpe, Deputy Governor, Bayelsa State. Guest of honor, His Excellency Sir Simonalayi Fubara, Governor, River State, and Our Excellency Professor Ngozi Odu, Deputy Governor, River State. Other distinguished guests: Senator Dr. Henike Lokbobri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, His Royal Highness Dr. Samuel Obuku, MDCEO NDDC, High Chief Dr. Dennis Brutu Otwaro, Administrator, Presidential Amnesty Program, Honorable Barrister Kingsley Kemebra Dia Kuku, PhD, former Special Advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan on Niger Delta and former Chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program, Engineer Matthew Tonla, Chairman, Martin Engineering Nigeria Nigeria Limited, and Mrs. Esther Tonla, High Chief Barrister McDonald Igbadiwe, President Ijo National Congress INC, Dr. Felix Twadolo, Pioneer President IYC, and First Vice President INC, Honorable Tina Zeri, PhD, CEO King Kendrick Edisaye Foundation, Professor Mondi Celebi Gold, President Ijo Diaspora Council, Dr. Dobra Collins Okotete, President IYC Worldwide. Date Thursday, 27th of August 2026. Venue Ijo House, Yanagua, Bayelsa State. Time 2 p.m. prompt. Come and hear the most important books of our history you've never heard before.
Can I get a lion? Make a tiger. Is that Nazi?
Unfiltered podcast.
The Bayelsa State House of Assembly on Tuesday recommended the removal from office of the chairman of Sabama Local Government Area Council, Mrs. Alice Allen Tangi. This followed what many believe is a long period of talks that did not quite materialize to the benefit of the current government. Many believe this anyways, and so there are those who are now talking, and they believe that the removal is politically motivated, and regardless of the facts of the matter. The assembly yesterday said that the local council chairman was removed because she did not do certain things that were constitutional to do. First off, they said she was not presenting the budget to councillors. That the state's law on transparency, she also was not keeping to that and did not do any of the transparency briefings. They said they invited her on several occasions, all right, to talk about these things, all of these things they term gross misconduct, and she fails to appear on all of the times they invited her to come before the house, and so they had to recommend that she be removed. And before the fall of yesterday, we also had that there's now a new acting, chairman of Sabama Local Government Area. They removed the chairman of Sabama Local Government Area alongside her vice. Well, my name is Henry Ahamoifila. On Unfiltered today, let's discuss the Sabama Local Government Chairperson's removal from office and the circumstances surrounding it. Is it right? Is it legal? I have Israel with me, and also have one who is a social commentator nuanced in this matter, the subject, right? I have Mr. Jonah Tommy. It's good to have you. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. In your assessment, has the Assembly done the removal and suspension fairly? In your assessment, do you think that maybe the Assembly, the chairman could have been given an opportunity to appear before the House, to at least be represented? Or maybe the Assembly ought to have heard from the chairman exactly why she would not be able to come in? Do you think that's possible? Do you think a removal is something you do when someone has failed to appear before the House, for instance? Because constitutionally, they have the power to summon their local government chairman. Yeah.
If I get your question correctly, if the House of Assembly did the right thing to remove the chairperson of Sagbama Local Government Area, if I would sum up the whole situation that is playing out in Sagbama, it's just to give the dog a bad name so you can kill it.
How so?
How so? Have you gone through the petition that was submitted? I was saying this morning, while on a live program that it is very laughable. That petition was crafted by somebody who appears not to have even gotten 5 credits from WAEC.
Oh, wow.
That is how bad that petition is. That petition was crafted like, hurry, 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 just put the salt, put the pepper, put the mangi. Even if the onion is not there, no problem. Let's just look for a way since we want to just present something.
Why do you say so? What are the details of the petition?
I said so because when you're writing a petition against a chairperson of a local government and you're looking at the items in the petition, right? If you're looking at the items in the petition, then you begin to wonder, where are these people getting all these petitions from? For instance, let me go through one of the items. They said withdrawal and expenditure of public funds without authorization. Which of the public funds, please? Which of the public funds are we talking about?
Those belonging to some local government.
Are we talking about the funds she doesn't have access to?
How does she not have access to it? She's the chairman.
Why are we deceiving ourselves, for Christ's sake?
How are we deceiving ourselves?
We are deceiving ourselves too much in this country, especially in this Bayelsa state. Are we that myopic in this Bayelsa state? We don't know the reality on ground.
What's the reality, please?
There is a ministry called Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, right? That oversees the activities of local government. But the local government reports directly to the office of the deputy governor. Let's not tell ourselves fallacious stories.
Let me ask
These
you
are facts.
The account where the federal government sends money, is the Samama local government chairman a signatory?
Let her withdraw 500,000 from that account, she lose her job immediately. It would have been worse than this.
She loses her job?
Yes. Let her withdraw 500,000. Let her go and withdraw 1 million and go and I dare any chairman go and withdraw 1 million naira from your local government account to say you want to go and do projects. What they give you at the end of the month is recurrent expenditures, office running costs, salaries, this and that for your councillors, allowances, office running costs. That is what they give to these chairpersons. They don't give them the allocation. They don't have access to that money.
I want to say this is your opinion, and you're
so
presenting
as a local government chairman, you don't have access to the money.
You know,
the monies that are sent to you that you can use, that you should use for your local government.
You know, I think this is where we are petitioning. I need to petition the EFCC on this issue because I have it on very, very reliable sources, and I have had these interactions. I have passed through this process, and I can tell you categorically, if I want a project, for instance, done in my local government, right, I would have to go to the office of the deputy governor to get it signed. That's the fact. So let's not pretend like this local government chairmen have access to funds. No, they don't.
No, what I want to understand is to get it signed. So the deputy governor has to sign. Is that a constitutional thing for the deputy governor to sign?
How constitutional is it when the local government already have financial autonomy? But you know, at a point they will tell you in quotes, they brought you there. It's like an appointment. So you have no say. You have to dance to whichever. Nobody, no local government chairperson have the power to award any project independently. Nobody. Some of them may want to dispute it, but they'll be shocked when I play their recording on air.
Are you saying this on good authority? Because your information from, you want to say that the Sabama local government chairman, for instance, the one that's been sacked, did not have the powers to withdraw and collect funds to do any of the projects?
Do I need to ask her these questions? Something that I know.
How do you know?
Because it's the fact.
Now, you're telling me something. I want you to assume that I'm just hearing this for the first time.
Okay.
And you're not giving me somewhere to go look or to go verify your information. How do I believe what you're saying?
I will stop assuming you are hearing it for the first time.
Why would you stop assuming that?
It's my choice to stop assuming you're hearing it for the first time because I can't believe...
I'm hearing for the first time too.
Okay, if you're hearing it for the first time, then let's play it this way, right? How many projects are they running in the local governments? You know, in one of the items...
I would like to raise my hand and say Bolodewa Indewari. Bolodise Indewari did one around, is it Zarama Biseni?
Okay.
Some sort of hospital.
Who signed the money?
No, I would not
who signed
know
the
that.
project?
I would not know that.
Who signed for it?
Project, right?
Who signed for it? I dare him.
Me if you know
I dare
like
him
that.
to go do any project. I dare him to just wake up in the morning and say he wants to go and do any project.
Do you see documents where they release the funds?
When it's time, when any of them sue me, then we would know if there are documents and audio recordings or not.
So you have to in your possession documents that show that when monies are to be released,
You are
it is
sitting
not
on-
signed
on-
only
on-
by the
on-
local government chairman, it's also signed by the deputy governor. You have it on good authority.
So is
That
it
means
that
you have,
no-
Perfect
you have
authority.
documents.
Perfect
Is
authority.
it that
You have
the
documents,
local
you understand you have
government
documents and
they
we relax
sign, but the state government gives this? I mean, the deputy governor gives the say so or the go ahead. That the fact that he has to append the signature to on funds that belongs to the local government.
If there
I
is
can't wrap my
money
head around
in
it.
my account, all right, if I have an account and there is money in my account and I am the head of my house and I don't have the power to even sign 100,000 naira to buy gari in my house, except I receive directives from somewhere that this month, okay, see what you have, your recurrent expenditure to buy your gari and everything. What power do I have as the man of my house? I'm just a figurehead for nothing.
Well, you're trying to the corner you've gone. You're trying to make us feel less for what has happened to the chairman.
And listen, no, this is not peculiar to just this current deputy governor. That's not what I'm saying. No, it's not peculiar to him.
No, I'm going somewhere.
This is something that is known. This is something. This is the process. This is the illegal. It's illegal, right? It's very much
Of course it
illegal.
is.
But that's how it has been. I'm not just saying it's peculiar to this deputy governor of Bayelsa State. No. And I'm in Bayelsa, so I know much of Bayelsa politics because I've been in the system for some time. I am reading, I am interacting,
Mr.
I am
Jonah.
meeting people. So I don't know for other states.
Mr. Jonah, why do we bother with elections, local government elections? By January or so, I mean 2026, there's going to be another election, into local government councils.
Yeah.
Why do we bother with election? Why do we spend so much money conducting the election, giving money to BISEC to conduct elections, when at the end of the day, they are mere rubber stamps? You're saying that the state government still holds authority over local government, and you're saying here categorically that well, not, or however the state government is like, I mean, whatever they do that is not in tune with the state government, they will be removed from office.
Yeah.
Why do we bother
Anytime,
with
any day.
elections?
Why we bother about election? I think the person to be held responsible is the federal government. You cannot say you're giving partial autonomy.
Did
Come
they give
on.
partial autonomy?
It's partial autonomy. When you're just giving only financial autonomy, it's partial autonomy. If you are giving autonomy to the local government, take their election to Independent National Electoral Commission. Take their election to Independent National Electoral Commission. All right? When you take that, when that election is conducted by Independent National Electoral Commission, the governor's powers will be reduced drastically.
Well,
the
then again, there is a
influence over
president's
the
power
state.
there. Many would argue there's a president's power. Yeah, you're taking off the governor's power. but what is the president's power?
Now, let's face reality. All right? Let's face reality. You and I know that the president is never interested in all this local government bad.
We don't know
But
that.
we don't know if at that time he will now be interested.
Okay.
Yes.
When we get to that bridge, we'll look for a way out. But
So-
I think you cannot say you are giving local government autonomy, and the only announcement you made was financial autonomy. And see, one problem we have in this country is the governors are too powerful. They are seriously too powerful. That it appears like even the president is inching and dancing to the tunes of the governor, because most especially when it comes to second term, everybody wants the second term. So you have to play the loyal person. You have to play the friendly card. Come on now. We can't continue this as a people. We can't continue like this as a nation. Look at let me take you back memory lane. When Buhari came on board in 2015, right? Don't forget that before Buhari came on board, Nigeria was suffering economically, but people didn't know because the oil boom was there. When Lamido Sanusi said Nigeria is going into financial recession and blah blah blah, and at the end of the day they said it's because his brother Buhari is contesting an election. He was sacked, right? And they later went to become the emir of Kano. But Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala also made the same comment but was never sacked. because they can't accuse her of going to support Buhari, right? That's number one. Number two, they know reputation globally when it comes to economic statistics. So we laid out in 2015 when Buhari came in, Nigeria wasn't able to pay salary. Buhari sat down these governors. After some months, Buhari sat down these governors. If we continue like this, there is no way we can run government. So what do we do? Let me go and borrow money and give you people bailout fund. That bailout fund will not, your allocation will not be touched, right? In so year, when the economy has balanced a little, we will start deducting that bailout fund from your allocation. What happened? They were all singing praises to Buhari. Buhari went and borrowed this money, gave them bailout fund. At the end of the day, when it was time to begin to withdraw this money, they all gathered and took Buhari to court. And I don't know, these courts, how do they give their own judgment most times? Like, seriously, how do court give their own judgment most times? So, with regards to this issue on the local government, it's crystal clear that it is just the voice of Jacob and the hands of Esau.
So you say that the local government chairmen are not independent, and
Never.
that they have to go through the deputy governor's office for them to collect funds and do projects or do whatever they want to do. But my question is, the local government chairman, why have they not come out to speak about this? Why has no local government chairman in Nigeria come out to speak about this and say, there's a problem, we cannot withdraw our funds by ourselves, the state governors are tying us?
And of course, they have
Is
the
it that
association
they are
of local government.
complicit in
People that sees you that you're
yeah.
doing them a
Are
favor.
they complicit in this?
Of course they are.
So the local government chairman are complicit.
Of course.
So the Sabama local government chairman also knew that, man, I cannot collect funds, so any funds I collect, they give states more.
The problem is, I really want her to, if she can, she needs to speak up. I think she needs to speak up. I'll look for a way and get in touch with her. I think I would look for all means to get in touch with her. She needs to speak up. She needs to tell her truth. She needs to tell her truth because her own name is at stake here. What would her kids say about her tomorrow? What would they read tomorrow? Don't forget. I can forget, you can forget. The social media doesn't forget. What would they see out there tomorrow? I think she needs to talk. She needs to say something.
Well, I mean, what other element do you find preposterous in the petition? Because
Okay.
you just mentioned
Now,
one.
in the petition, I think they were complaining about sitting. They don't have a sitting stuff, environment there about sitting space and all that. Sorry, let me not. Let me just go through it and see.
Before, while you're going through that, let me also drop another question. I mean, that's maybe around also the removal from office. They mentioned transparency briefings she not carrying out that, and that's something constitutionally she should. They also mentioned, like I said in the intro, well, I think we talked about that, she not presenting budgets where you defended. But transparency briefing is there, she not doing that. And also she was invited by the House. And how do you not honor the invitation of the House? Here's the question to you. Is removal the necessary treatment, the necessary action to be taken when the House of Assembly invites you and you do not honor such invitation?
Now, how do you want the House of Assembly? The House of Assembly has lost the moral standing to invite her. The moment there is an ex parte order from the court barring them from inviting her, they've lost that right to invite her.
There is an ex parte order. I've
Yes.
seen copies of such, but did
Given
they
by
receive it?
His Lordship Justice Adokeme.
Did they receive it?
And you know, they try to avoid receipt of that. But I have a document to show you where the bailiff of the court had to go and swear an affidavit on the service of that ex parte order. And that ex parte order was issued, all right, before her invitation.
Right. So we are assuming they were served based off of the affidavit sworn by bailiff of the court.
Yeah.
Do you not think that in a corrupt Nigeria like this, that everybody can be
even
used
substitute
to swear
service,
affidavit?
even substitute service, come on now, we are talking about the bailiff of the courts now. Come on now.
You don't think there's corruption in the judicial system?
Come on, who is a bailiff?
It's part
A
of the judicial
bailiff,
system.
come on, he's just a
I'm
small,
not saying
he's just a
yes.
small fry. A bailiff is just a small fry.
It's easier to induce him.
It's just a
So,
small
so,
fry.
so you mean that by that copy,
That's
that
on
affidavit-
that court, on that ex parte order granted by His Lordship Justice Adokeme, I think it has barred the House of Assembly from any moral or legal or constitutional powers of inviting her. They've lost that right to invite her. All right, the court said hold the status quo until this matter is determined. And in that ex parte order, it is also clear that that matter will be carried out in that court. You know, in Nigeria, there is one thing we do is we approach different Akara courts to get judgment here and there. So instead of them, now we are talking about the lawmakers of our own dear Bayelsa state. The lawmakers disobeying the law. Hello. The lawmakers disobeying the law. And let me even ask, how many bills have these people passed? How many bills? I think this Bayelsa young man that is suffering today in Kuje prison, he has long petitioned the Bayelsa State House of Assembly. Maybe that thing is under somebody's carpet in the house. I don't know.
So by this thing you just said now, a lot of persons, a lot of voices are saying that the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, they describe them as rubber stamp. Will you join those voices to describe them that way?
I think my voice should be at the front.
To call them rubber stamp?
If you know, please let's do ourselves a favor. Let's not call them rubber stamp, please. Is there anything worse than rubber stamp?
Oh wow.
Let's not. If we call them rubber stamp, we are even elevating their morale. All right. If there is something worse than a rubber stamp, that is what they are.
In all this,
You're sitting here today to tell us that the State Assembly, the assembly of your state, is more than a rubber stamp puppet of the executive arm.
Hello, sir. I'm not talking about the assembly alone of Bayelsa State. I think in my lifetime I have seen just one person in Delta State who was a speaker then, and they passed a bill in Edo State, sorry. I've seen just one person in Edo State who was a speaker years back, and the house, due to the kidnapping and everything in the state, they passed a bill. Is it Edo or Delta? I'm trying to put one.
I think it's Osani B Delta.
Yes. And the House of Assembly passed a bill, straight, death by hanging or firing squad. And at the end of the day, they sent it to the governor for assent, and the governor turned it down.
Oh, okay. That's
When
a
the
different
governor,
case. That's a
when
different
the governor turned it down, the House of Assembly overruled the power of the governor and approved the bill, signed it into law, and it's constitutional. So this assembly, they are toothless, very toothless. No one can speak. If you see any of them that wants to speak today, check, they didn't give him ticket for the election. If you see any of them that will come out today, as at today, as we are speaking, any of them that will come out to speak, check. That person is denied ticket for the election.
So in all of this, do you think to what extent is the political undertone, if you believe there's a political undertone in all this?
If you say, if I believe, you know, there is this saying going around town, and I think I subscribe to it, that this may just be the big hand of somebody trying to play the card of Pharaoh. And that statement is attached to kind of being religious, something of that nature.
I'm trying to get your point. I don't quite follow. Please make it clearer.
I think from all I'm gathering, there is a religious figure that is playing a role in all of this.
Is it a religious figure in government? Or I don't try
the religious figure in Bayelsa politics?
Religious figure in church.
Oh wow.
The church and politics and government, how do they don't intermarry?
You know, if you push me, I will give you what you want.
I am pushing you already, sir.
No, I will give you what you want.
Okay.
All right. But let me just tell you the truth. At this time, it is our fellow youths that will tell us you need to use your head. They see the wrong thing, right? They are angry with this thing, but the moment you say it out, and that thing comes for you, it is this same foolish, myopic people that would say you dey too do, and that has kept us where we are as youths in this state. That has kept us where we are.
Mr. Jonah, do you speak this as someone who is so concerned, or you speak as an NDC member? Because you're a card member of NDC.
You know, if you saw my card as an NDC member, then you should have seen my resignation from political activities.
So you have resigned from the NDC?
I am not a member of any political party as I speak. Okay,
When
you want
to
know, right? I used to have PDP membership card before I officially defected in 2018 to the APC. Now, when I defected to the APC, even as recently as this last APC membership validation, right? I registered. I validated my APC membership before even I resigned and defected to NDC. But come on, let me just be me.
You have.
Let me work for you. Let me work.
You have resigned from your NDC membership.
I have resigned from every political party affiliation.
Why is that?
Political party affiliation.
Why is that?
Because I have seen that is another tool of slavery in this part.
Slavery?
Yes,
So
because in the words, party is supreme. Have table manners. Do not talk while eating.
And you will talk.
It has made so many things go wrong. You know, I was in Dixon's government in 2017, I think so.
Okay.
2017, I was the secretary on oil and gas operation by Bayelsa State in the office of the special advisor to governor on oil and gas, Honorable Felix Boniaya. I was doing well, right? When Dixon ceded Bayelsa's land then to these cattle rearers, I hit the media seriously. I hit the media. I was receiving calls. Why are you talking while you are eating this? I said, I'm a man of conscience. And everybody that knows me knows I have independent mind. Nobody can gag my mind. You can't gag my mind. That's just the truth. Are you my friend today? Are you my boss today? You don't like me? Sack me. You don't like me? Unfriend me. That's just the truth. But I would never. I would never come out to hurt any of my friends.
So you have not somehow aligned, even if it's not actively politically, but you've not somehow aligned by friendship with the outgone chairman of Saboma local government area?
When you talk about align per friendship, I will have to tell you the basic truth, right? In my entire life, I've not set my eyes on that woman. Whether in a political gathering, whether in a church meeting, whether by the roadside, in the supermarket, I've not set my eyes on that woman. I've seen her pictures.
But you're benefiting from her?
Benefiting from her. What does a local government chairman have to offer? Do you know that the Southern Ijaw local government chairman is my very good friend? He's my very good friend, but I won't be disturbing him now. Come on, because I know their responsibilities now. I won't be disturbing him. Honorable Target Sekibo is my very good friend. But because he's my friend doesn't mean I will go and be disturbing him with my problem. So if I'm not benefiting, because I don't want to get myself disturbing my friend, if I disturb him, he will give me now. He will give me. He's my friend.
You talk about a political.
If I disturb him, he will give me, right? But if I don't disturb my own chairman, why would I take it to go and disturb another chairman who I have not seen in my life?
Mr. Bama, politics. You were referring to a political figure who you think is trying to show that myself, Namibia on ground. I think of Sabama local government area. I think of.
When did Lawrence Edu Jakpo die precisely? When did he pass?
That's December.
December.
Was it 11 or 12?
Will you agree with me that Sagbama politics has not been the same since his demise?
Of course.
There has been serious unrest in Sagbama.
Of course, when somebody
Are you aware of that? I don't want to talk about who is causing the unrest. I don't want to talk about who is causing this and who is causing this. But everybody knows that removing Alice is purely political. Purely political.
What is the intention of the person?
Because she refused to defect. That is just the truth. You know, let's face something. You guys have pushed me enough. Now let's face something. You know, even when Lawrence refused to defect to the PDP, to the APC, right? They were acting like all was cool. Not until we cited the court papers. It was after that court papers came out that His Excellency spoke. Like, he's been misled, nobody is trying to impeach him, this and that and that. Oga, who is a fool? This woman was removed because she refused to go to the APC. That's just the simple truth.
Governor of Bayelsa State in that thing. I understand the emotions arrive. That's why I had asked you initially why exactly.
No, with all due respect to His Excellency the Governor, I would not disrespect my governor, not for anything. But truth must be said.
Well, you're saying that the governor is not a man of his words because he had said that the deputy governor, the late deputy governor, nobody was pursuing him to have him in defect to the.
What prompted
the executive must have somehow agreed to this suspension that happened to the former local government chairman, right?
Okay, do you think that let's face reality, right? Do you think these baby puppets in House of Assembly can invite that woman single-handedly?
So you believe that they're strings?
They are following this. They are playing a script. The script has been written, and they are just playing their own part in that script. Come on now, these are toothless dogs now. They can't invite. They can't. They don't have the power.
The words you're using, I mean, we're unfiltered still. But
no, I did not insult anybody. That is just a metaphorical expression.
Unfiltered.
No, it's just a metaphorical expression.
Actually,
they are toothless dogs, are they not? They are.
So which figure?
I'm not trying to call them dogs. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. Which figures or which figure or figures do you think are behind pulling the strings, like you say?
Figures?
Yes.
Okay, when we get to church, maybe our pastor will tell us.
Are you a member of what denomination are you a member of?
Okay, I don't go to church.
You don't go to church?
I used to worship with, first of all, let me just tell you, I think my 2 daughters were dedicated in Redeemed Christian Church of God.
RCCG?
I was born and bred in Assemblies of God. Okay, but at a point I fell out to Redeemed Christian Church of God. I've been in Redeemed up until late last year. I went back to Assemblies of God.
Well, so when you say
but currently churchless.
Since we know that the assembly, like you've mentioned, the local government under the deputy governor's office, I am reading that you are, and the deputy governor is also a Sabama man, and he's also a leader there. I'm reading that you mean to say that the deputy governor of Bayelsa State, His Excellency Pastor Perotubo Peter Akwe, is responsible for all of the ordeal the Sabama local government chairperson, minute past, has gone through.
In the Christian religious book, the Bible, right? When Jesus Christ...
Can you do a yes or no? Yes or no?
When Jesus Christ was asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" He said what? You said it, not me.
No, I didn't say it. I asked a question. Just so we clarify.
You said it.
No, I did not say it. I'm asking a question.
Okay, was that a question?
Yes, please. I'm asking a question.
Oh, okay. If it's a question, I think I will reserve my answer.
Oh, okay.
I will reserve my answer on
why
that.
are you reserving your answer? It's fine to reserve, but why are you reserving it?
I thought you were asking a rhetorical question. I thought because I believe you're asking a rhetorical question because you already know the answer.
No, I don't know the answer. I'm asking if that's what you're saying.
Okay.
You are the guest here. I'm not supposed to be telling you that this is my opinion or not opinion. I don't even know what.
But
you are the one telling me.
But you are free to share your opinion.
If you feel like you think he's the person you're referring to and you don't want to just mention his name,
but it's okay if you don't want to. Maybe somehow indict yourself.
It's okay.
Come on now.
It's okay.
I've only told you who is in charge of local government administration in Bayelsa.
Do you believe that? Do you believe that? God
is he the one that's doing all of these things? He had you to talk. Be like,
And if you don't want to talk,
but you
if you don't want to mention
Mr. Gome,
names,
what's happening now?
I respect the fact that you might not want to
you
call
can say
a
no.
name.
No, I don't think so.
I respect.
I'm from a poor family.
What does that mean?
And you rightly said
That
that.
means I don't want to go direct to anybody.
You don't want to go to Kujo, is that it?
You know, Kuje is very sweet for our Bayelsa top politicians to send us to. You understand? They don't hesitate. But you know one funny thing. You know one funny thing. No, you know one funny thing they fail to understand. Let them ask themselves. All the people they have been arrested. I think the owner of these studios was also arrested and sent to prison in the name of defamation. How many have they been able to secure judgment?
Let's leave that issue. Let's talk on something. I'll come to you. Okay. Sorry. Let me piggyback a little before I run. Okay. So the Bayelsa government, please, easier, go ahead. I lost my train of thought. Go ahead. I'll come back to it.
Maybe to while you're thinking about it. God bless his soul, the former deputy governor of Bayelsa State, Naija. Do you believe that if he was alive, the same treatment would have been given to him? Maybe eventually, not immediately.
Or worse.
Do you believe, and to what extent do you believe that the same treatment maybe would have been given to him?
To every extent that they can go. To every extent. Are you trying to ask me if I feel? I know. Yeah, it would have happened to him.
So the deputy governor, if he was alive, would have been attacked like
would
this,
have been
and he would have
impeached,
said,
yes.
impeached.
Seriously. And you know the funny thing about this impeachment, right? You will go to court. You will get judgment in court. But perhaps at times before your judgment comes, that tenure has passed. You understand? So what they will do is they will now count. You are deputy governor from so time. You that we denied you your severance package and everything. From so time to so time that our tenure expired. This is your package.
Okay, this is your package, but you've lost the seat, but you get some compensation for.
And it has dent your image. You know, whatever we do, the image is very important, right? It has dent your image.
Okay, so
your political image.
The chairman was invited severally by the House of Assembly to appear before it, and you claim that there was an order from the court that no, she should not appear. That as a matter, I think they wanted everybody to come to court and hear the matter before they could now, settle. Well, the invitation did not start August 10. The order only came August 10. So what would be the reason the chairman will be given not to have honored the invitation of the State Assembly?
And when did
way
the invitation
before August
come?
10?
When did the invitation come?
Several days before. It's not the first time.
What's the date of
specifically, I can't get to it, but later.
Have you seen the invitation letter?
To what?
The invitation letter sent to the chairperson. Have you seen it?
Seen a couple of it, haven't I?
No. You've not seen it.
Why do you say so?
I put it to you, you've not seen it.
Why do you say so?
It's nowhere. Let them give us the invitation letters.
So you're saying they did not invite her? The ones we see online, what are they? The ones we see online, what are they?
They invited her. Now, where I'm bringing my argument from is the date you're talking about. That they had invited her severally before she went to court. This woman was not invited before she went to court.
What was the basis of going to court? She went to
it's
court
because
she
has seen the political situation in the state. You know, as a chairman,
so
you also have informations, right?
Okay, so you're saying she only went to court because she saw the political exigencies of that time.
Yes, and she's seen the dance tune of the councillors in our ward, the legislative arm of the local government. She is seeing the dance tune of the State House of Assembly. She's invited. Yes, she was. Then she went to court.
You were invited, and in lieu of coming, you went to court.
Now, when you are invited, and sent a petition, and you know that these people are just out for blood. Hello, have you seen justice in any of these processes in your lifetime as someone who has grown? There's no justice in all of these processes. It's just what they want versus what you want. And what they want will most likely prevail. It is only in the court of law that you can get what you want. But in the political scene, what they want will prevail. So when you send me a petition and you are inviting me, all right, First of all, if you send me a petition, you're supposed to give me some days to prepare myself to respond to your petition, either by physical invitation. All right. Now you are inviting me, and I am to come. You are not even ready to even listen to my petition in the first place.
Oh, so you believe that if she had
so now I go to court, seeing the frivolities in your petition and knowing you are driving for blood, I go to court to stop you from inviting me, and the court gave me an ex parte order stopping you from inviting me, and you flouted that order, and you are a legislator.
No, but we did not.
You know that is contempt,
but
right?
the court did not go ahead to invite her again. They went ahead to.
The court said that they should maintain status quo until the matter is determined in the court. And you know that's contempt on the part of our legislators. That's contempt. But of course now they are looking for only poor man to contempt.
That when you have committed some sort of offense and you're being invited to be grilled by assembly, and in lieu of honoring in the first place, the invitation was not to tell you that you are removed from office. No. The invitation was to ask you, did you do this? Why did you not do this? So you explain yourself.
Even when you know that, even when you know that,
did she not expose herself to whatever removal?
Even when you know that the only reason why you are being invited is because you failed to play the same political party.
Know. You feel. You're a politician, yes, but you feel.
Okay, let me tell you something.
You can't know until.
Let me tell you something. There is one thing that you should know about me. I have access to informations. I have access to informations. I may not have money, all right? I may not have money. I may not be the best at what I do, but I have access to information. And I can tell you for free, that woman was, before even the invitation come, was given a last chance to defect.
Okay.
She was given a last chance. She was given a deadline to defect.
By who?
Come on now, who is the leader of the party in the state now?
Governor Doediri.
I'm not saying anybody's name. I only ask you the party ruling the state.
What are we doing to ourselves?
What party is ruling the state?
Who is the governor? Who is the leader of the party in the state?
Okay, that I think that's wrong. What is the name of the political party ruling the state?
Okay, I don't take the first time you talk.
Yeah, but you don't want to call it name. You just want to call party.
No,
of course, there are people. They are there's the leadership of the party. So yes, a party cannot do something.
Let me also tell you one thing though. Let me also tell you one thing though. As Governor Doediri is most times, you know, as every politician is, most times you have hallelujah praise singers. You know that, right? Most times the governor himself, may not call somebody to say this is what I want, right? Some other persons within that pool of power can just pick the phone and say this is what Oga
said,
and who is your Oga.
We've talked about the Oga live and for me attitude. Let me handle that person's attitude.
I will take care of it.
I'll take care of it. Yeah.
But in the real sense of it, she has been spending money without budgets. She has been spending from the local government accounts without proper budgeting, the assembly claims. Let's forget whether the assembly has the right to invite her or not. Let's talk about the merits. Has she been spending money? Has she been doing transparency briefing?
You know, first of all, when you talk of, let me answer the transparency briefing first. You know, it's a law in Bayelsa State right now that was passed under His Excellency Siraki Dixon's government, right? For transparency briefing. Please, how many months ago did you listen to transparency briefing? Because as far as I can tell, transparency briefing, the law establishing it is monthly. Every month, there must be transparency briefing. But this is a government that we know that most times for 3 months before we hear of transparency briefing. So what are you saying because the chairman did not do transparency briefing?
So going by the president, by the president already said, is this enough ground for the federal government to impeach the governor of Bayelsa State?
That's what we should ask. Okay, now, you yourself, you're not doing the transparency briefing monthly, right? You are flaunting the laws of the transparency briefing. Is it not impeachable offense?
Of course,
is it not impeachable? Let's be direct. Is it not impeachable?
They are doing the transparency briefing
monthly.
I cannot tell you it's monthly.
Never. So it's impeachable.
It's impeachable.
Yeah, it's an impeachable offense.
You agree with the impeachment?
No, if you are saying that is the reason why you are impeaching the chairman, you should impeach the governor. But of course now you can't impeach, you can't bite the hand that feeds you now.
Okay, you want to say fingers?
Yeah, I always said it. No. But okay. What going forward? What do you think will be the final outcome? Going forward.
Now let me tell you the truth. The final outcome is that this woman will go to court, right? She's already in court. She's already in court. Sorry, she's already in court. She will get her judgment. She will win this rascality they did in the House of Assembly. Then you ask the second question, right? You ask the second question if she has been spending money, right? Now, do you know that for saying she did not pass a budget is a very big lie? I would show you documents from when she was calling for stakeholders' engagement towards the budget. I will show you pictures of her in the house on the day of the presentation of budget.
Recent when pictures. You say pictures, are they motion pictures?
Yeah. Come on, I would show you. I would show you. No, I can get access to a video.
A video.
I can get access to a video. I don't have a video right now, but I can look for a way to get a video within 24 hours.
Very good.
Where this woman was presenting this budget.
A recent
2026 budget.
Okay, yeah.
You understand? So now saying she did not pass budget, she's spending money. The RDAs are carrying out projects. So. The RDAs, they are doing some skeletal jobs, right? At the RDA level. Where are they getting the money from?
Is it from previous budgets or so?
The previous budget is expired.
Yeah, but some projects have not been carried out, but funds are released.
Now, one thing you need to understand is when funds are released, that is, you're saying funds are released for the other budget, right? So but the project has not been completed. What about the new projects?
The projects could just be happening now, but the funds have been released like since last year, 2 years back.
Okay, and if you see the ones that are just new projects that are just months old,
that's what I'm saying.
The ones that they signed, that they approved, just months old.
Some will claim that. Some will claim that the government of His Excellency Siraki Dixon had done this and even worse. He did it to more than one local government chairman. So it isn't that the precedence, rather than this one being a precedence. That's already a previous precedence.
Okay, let's understand this. Let's understand this. Number one, let's start with there was no local government autonomy in 2012. But I'm not holding brief for Dixon. All right, I'm not holding brief for Alice.
They could do caretaker.
I'm not holding brief for any of them. Then you can do caretaker. But now look at it this way. When Dixon came on board in 2012, the House of Assembly did not remove any chairman. I think I will tell you for free. Honorable Felix Boniaya was the vice chairman of Southern Naija local government under Timipa Tiwe Orunime. Tiwe was the chairman. What played out? It was the local government legislative house that impeached the chairman. Then the vice chairman takes over as chairman. But in this case, both the chairman, both the vice are asked to leave. Not even, they are not asked to leave, they are being kicked away. And if you look at the petition, fine, they included the name of the vice on the petition, but what rule, what powers does the vice chairman have?
Is it not a joint ticket? Did the vice chairman run on his own?
It's a joint ticket. It's a joint ticket. So if, for instance, do you know that the AJ and the Akpe now are joint tickets? By constitution, by the law, do you know that it's a joint ticket now? So if the AD fail in his own responsibility and he is to be impeached, Akpe will be impeached along with him when Akpe is doing his own responsibility. So you see how funny it is. Yes, so these people did not even plan themselves. All to get to Alice. All to bring Alice down by every means necessary. Use the political might. And in the words of Honorable Patrick Obayagbon, the political gangatutum.
Whatever it means, yeah.
Whatever it means, I don't know. But it sounds good.
In the coming days, of course, the campaigns are here. Do you see this misuse or abuse in your eyes? Yes, in your eyes, you might call it abuse, right?
Abuse of what?
Yes. Do you see this
What if I
happening
tell you
in the
Bayelsa
coming
might?
days?
Bayelsa might. It's a probabilistic statement, right? Bayelsa might be heading for the worst election ever when it comes to violence. Yeah.
So you predict a violent election in Bayelsa State?
That is why I said might.
Oh, might.
May.
Okay.
Right. It's a probabilistic thing. But
What-
with the way we are
what
going,
statistic is
with the
backing
way we
this
are going,
probability
I think
statement of yours?
the chances of us having a violent free election right now is just about 50-55%.
You think the political...
There is 40 to 45% chances of us having a violent election.
How
What are
is
the
that?
indices? What are
Exactly.
you looking at to say all this?
There is tension in the political scene.
Okay.
From where? Just the
For
Sabama
now,
government?
we have two stronghold political parties in Bayelsa State,
Okay.
right? And
Two?
yeah, we have two strong
You're dismissing the
hold
PDP's strength.
political parties in Bayelsa State that are after each other's neck.
Okay. Because I for talk, you not read PDP.
The PDP is not after any of their neck.
Okay.
Right.
But they are really
PDP is
as
not
well.
playing enmity with any of them.
Yeah.
From my outside view, PDP is not playing enmity card with any of these people.
I like the way you say
PDP
it.
are just
your
doing
view,
their
yeah.
things. Now these two parties are at each other's neck, right? And the tendencies, our youths will always make themselves willing tools, right? Because some of them have been hungry for 4 years and they believe this is cash out time. Some of them will make themselves willing tools, and we'll bury them. We'll eat rice on that day. We'll
Offer
eat
some-
rice.
offer some
If you
community.
go and allow yourself to be killed, no matter how young you are, we will celebrate you. We will celebrate your death. We are supposed to cry and mourn,
For some
but we won't cry because you allowed yourself to be used, and you allow yourself to die. I was faced with a very dicey situation in 2023, right? In 2023 general election of November 11th. What if I had died? I'm saying this on air, like people don't understand.
Wow.
Now, of course, now you saw the video. I was dehumanized. I was beaten, stripped naked, bullets planted in my hands.
In brass.
In Southern Naija, Fonibri, my community. In the full glare of the full community, that was when I was picked up. I was just standing discussing when I was picked up. I was just standing discussing close to polling units. I was standing with a cousin. We were having a conversation. I was with nothing. They just came, picked me up, drove me straight with serious beating to Yenagua. On reaching Yenagua, they took me to their place, beat me up seriously, put bullets in my hands, and forced me to do a confession that I'm an electoral thug. They forced me to do a confession that I'm an electoral thug. Out of the pains of that beating, I did that video for them.
So it was
First of all, when I did that video, the comment was, I now have this. Any day you go against me in anything I do in my life, I will release this video.
Who did that to you?
Come on, my cousin, everybody is aware.
Who's your cousin?
It's a matter of litigation.
Okay.
It's my cousin, Festus, that maybe that did it to me. Everybody knows. And you know one thing, those things he petitioned me just recently. I think one thing or the other, he was pleaded with by, I don't know, by my uncle also to withhold that petition. And he's like, if I ever talk about my matter again, he will go on with that petition. Now listen, why did he petition me? I made a post on Facebook last year, and I mentioned his name, that the fire you are burning in Fonibri community, as in, I think the youths using machete on each other, and he said I have defamed him. You can see how funny this life is. When they have money, they are intoxicated. He said I have defamed him, right? This is the same person that took me out from the community. He did not defame me. Dehumanized me. He did not defame me because I'm a poor man. Beat me up with his police. He did not defame me because I'm a poor man. Put bullets in my hand without guns. Did not defame me because I'm a poor man.
Did you see him that day where you were dehumanized?
The video
and
has
beaten?
been submitted. His voice is in the video asking me questions. You're asking me if I saw him. Somebody that was standing there asking me questions. While he was the one interviewing me, I just arrested
I can understand
one of them.
Emotional.
The two persons that was interviewing me is my cousin Festus Damebi and West Cariton. And I have recordings on my phone. I have evidences that I've submitted.
Now that you're speaking up, are you not scared that they will weaponize the evidence they have against you?
The evidence they have, come on now. If I mention your name in a post and you said I have the world is watching now. If you said because I mentioned your name in a Facebook post, I have defamed your character because you are a billionaire, then the world will tell us what you did to me is promotion of my dignity of person.
So have you been able to prove that he did that to you? Are you in court to prove that he did that to you?
When we get to the outcome of it, you will
like you
know.
said, because you're a poor man, do you think that when the litigation starts and the court proceedings start, you might have that capability to want to go through with it against the backdrop that you know a certain things that have been happening lately? When it comes to do it, ability to get your way in the court.
You know, my flesh has been killed, right? But my spirit is, God knows how strong. Do you know that the situation I passed through, some people would have committed suicide? I was admitted in the hospital for almost 24 days. I was admitted in the hospital. I couldn't eat solid food. I couldn't open my mouth to drink water. Now, what really happened is, the day that thing happened, okay, you caught me with bullets and you didn't take me to any police station. It's your house police station. You took me to your house, did the video and released me. They didn't take me to any police station. All right? Now, I did a video that same night explaining what transpired. Right? Now, after explaining what transpired, when I slept, the next day when I woke up, all my jaws were all swollen. I was admitted in the hospital. I couldn't open my mouth. I was just on drip for about 2 days. Drip and antibiotics, and other treatment that they were giving me. Before I was able to drink pap, was almost a week. So you understand? So now these people, they feel, and the problem is our youth too. It is not these people that have made this money. These people are naturally wicked, though, most of them.
Oh, naturally, wow.
Most of them. I can tell you for free that 95% of Bayelsa big men are demons. So. They are very wicked, though. Very, very wicked. See, my brother, they are very wicked, though.
You're using your experience with the man.
My brother, I am telling you, I'm not just using my experience. 95% of Bayelsa big men are wizards, so they are very wicked, though. Extremely wicked, though. I have friends, so they are very wicked. 95% of Bayelsa big men that you see, these people are wicked. My brother, do you know what is wickedness? Spelled in capital letter and put square. They are very wicked, though. Okay, look at, you wasted my 16 months in the name of aviation, in the name of sending me abroad, right? You wasted my 16 months. I petition you for what is even peanuts to you, with the way you claim to be a billionaire. That is even peanuts to you. What did you do? You said I come on social media to talk about you, so you send me to dungeon. Hello, sir. Bayelsa big men generally are wicked, though.
And we need to be careful because there's a lawyer on standby ready to write more C's and disease. So
wait now. Everybody knows that the career that Okoru matter. If you remove maybe Bribina, architect maybe Bribina, who has been at the forefront championing this thing and taking care through his friends of the family and everything, everybody knows that I will be the number 2 man there. Where do I travel to? I just shuttle between Bayelsa, Delta, Lagos, and Abuja. You know where to get me. You know where to get me.
We have to wrap up. It's been a while on the conversation.
If we had time, I would have really wanted to talk to.
No, I'm free. I'm free.
Area, but since
let's have you throw a question and have him do a parting shot so we can wrap up.
What do you think about Karia Idakoro in Kuje?
Karia Idakoro in Kuje. It is one of the oppressing nature of our so-called Bayelsa big men that I just talked about. Right? They will do you what they want to do you, not minding your reaction. But when you react, It is your reaction that is wrong. Why is your reaction wrong? You are not allowed to be a poor man. And you know the funny thing? Some people will say, why did he apply for that scholarship? Hello. Then another, now look at, you are saying they are selling their properties. Is it your property? When I get to US, for instance, it's a full funded scholarship, right? You give me everything I want. All right? But who will be taking care of my family here?
But chiefly, I wanted to ask this question. I was meaning to ask you even on social media. Do you fault other, in quotes, big men for not wanting to get involved in this? Everybody knows about, everybody's inundated about the career matter. But you notice that everybody's being careful to not get involved. Do you fault others? Maybe the governor, maybe the deputy governor. Let's not talk about the House of Assembly.
I fault all of them. All of them. And why would we not talk about the House of Assembly?
No, because they've been petitioned before, you know.
Did they respond to the petition? No, now it's not to remove chairman. It's that one they know how to do now. The Assembly only know how to remove chairman now, not to attend to any other. If the petition is not about removing chairman, don't take it to House of Assembly. Tomorrow now, if you want to remove your local government chairman, take the petition to House of Assembly. But if it's not about removing chairman, don't near them. If you are Career Daokoru, you are Yebel Bilate, you are saying you want to do this, don't take your petition to Assembly. But if it is about removing chairman, even if you have a bill that can develop the life of Bayelsans, don't take it to Bayelsa State House of Assembly. But when you want to remove chairman, they are very good at that. Very, very good. And when it comes to approve certain things that has to do with the executive, they are very good.
You speak so much as to emphasize that there is so much corruption in Bayelsa, in Nigeria, in the executive, in the legislature. Well, you have not quite spoken really about the judiciary, but yeah, so much corruption. Do you think the youths are ready? Do you think the youths, I mean, this 2027 election, do you see a situation?
The youths will never be ready. The youths will never, they will never be ready.
Against
you
what?
know, if Jesus Christ had gotten his 12 disciples, from especially this Bayelsa, it is not one that would have betrayed, though. It would have been 12, 11 or 10 that would have betrayed him.
What sort of apology is that?
Say that again.
If Jesus Christ had gotten his 12 disciples from Nigeria, especially from Bayelsa, it wouldn't have been one that would have sold him out. They would have shared the money among 10 or 11 persons. So.
Now, this is not the Bayelsa big men, no. This is Bayelsa.
I'm telling you, see, let me tell you something. You know what? The foolish ones in office, the ones are waiting to take the office to exhibit their foolishness are more than the ones in office already. You know, when people are saying Nigeria is corrupt, our politicians are corrupt, and I tell you, our politicians make up for less than 2% of our population. Sorry, let me not bring it too low. They make up for less than 5% of our population. All right. Now look at the politicians contesting election every year. Carry all the politicians that are running for election in Nigeria now, put them together. Count them. They are not up to 10% of our population. Then look at the masses at 90 something percent. Right? And yet, inside that 90 something percent, don't believe it's 90 something percent too. Because inside that 90 something percent, the reasonable ones are not more than 5%.
Oh.
This country is bastardized. Bayelsa State is the chief of it all. You know, this state, I think there is a spirit that is instigating us to do eye service. If they dreaming eye service.
I don't want to laugh.
No, seriously,
eye service. This is a serious matter. You're just making me to laugh. No, eye service. Say that spirit. Eye service.
And what are they doing with this money? Just to go and sleep in hotels, so just to carry babes, aluta e, as they put it. Aluta E. Now they have given it a new correlation. They have given it a new name now, a new nomenclature.
But no.
Really, I've had enough.
I still want to zero in on that carrier.
Now it's palliative, remember.
Now, the IYC Central Zone chairman had threatened a protest before his exit. And now, the new IYC, do you see them doing anything about the carrier issue? Do you see them rising up to say...
With all due respect to my younger brother and friend, the outgone immediate past chairman of Ijaw Youth Council Central Zone, I wouldn't comment on that. That has passed. I will talk about the present and the future with regards to Career Daokoro. You know, I made a publication. If you had followed my wall on this, I made a publication weeks ago, some weeks back, even before they are coming up with this peace process now that this is the terms of peace. I said the only thing that Azike Group and its presidents want is for Career Daokoro to withdraw his suit. And that would be their forefront terms of agreement. Let him withdraw his suit. We'll withdraw our suit. Everybody goes home. But not everybody will be happy. They will be happy, right? Will the young man be happy? If I'm in Career Daokoro's shoes, I bet you I won't withdraw that suit.
Okay, give us a 2-point solution.
A 2-point solution
to all this. The career.
They can't get judgment against that young man. They can only suffer him, grant him bail, but they can't secure judgment against him. In defamation, they can't. No,
I'm talking about the solution now. What is the way forward?
There is only one solution. Career Daokoro, stand on your case. The only solution that would have happened, which nobody is looking at, is the fact that this man has the money to even settle these people out of court.
Okay, by saying stand on your case, by saying fine.
You're saying now, okay, fine. Now, to me, this is the solution, right?
Yeah.
Our people say, let me go in common parlance now, in our local parlance.
Go ahead.
If oil pour for ground, then they fit pack all. If oil don't pour for ground, you no go fit pack all.
Yeah.
So this man can initiate out of court settlement. It may not be up to the amount they are requesting from the court, right? But give them something reasonable that would stand them, that they can build on. Something that they can build a life out of.
Okay, and you see Ezekiel doing that? You see Dr. Ezekiel? Dr. Iran,
with the way our youths are praising him, I don't see him doing that, because if he wants to do that, our youth will tell him, don't worry, share the money amongst us, we will continue to praise you.
Okay.
Oh wow,
thank you so much for coming in, Mr. Jonah Dao.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. The pleasure is actually mine. It's really mine.
You have shared so much with us today. You've said so much. For the first time in my life, I feel as though, man, there's a lot of information.
Yeah, someone has exhausted themselves. Yeah,
and you seem as one who really has been backed against the colon. So
I think I should be doing this frequently. I couldn't
agree more. As a matter of
when I'm in Yenagua, but I can just come to Yenagua because
we have a series. Politics without the politicians, and since you are no longer a card carrying member,
you are now a political totally. So
is that a function of the incidents that happened in?
No. After all, I registered in NDC just recently.
So you can't defect again now.
I can't resign. I'm not defect. I registered when the APC membership registration started. I registered. So when NDC came, I moved to NDC.
So we would like to have you on our series.
Can I just?
But that don't mean I need to support my friends when they contest for election.
I understand.
Just one last question. The outcome of the election. What's your prediction on the party to sway to what party will get more
for
seats?
The governorship election?
Total seats. Which party are you seeing will take the day?
No, total seats, it's clear.
APC
will win more. I don't know the figures, right? But they will not be the only party in the assembly. I don't know how many parties will win, but I know. Somebody has been pinching me to talk bad of a party, but I will never do that.
Okay.
I don't see only them as the party in the state. At the end of the day, we may have 2-3 parties in the House of Assembly, or even more. Okay. I think I know of. Okay. I think Gaius will also go to the assembly, so we may have 4 parties in the assembly.
Gaius is who?
You want?
Gaius that's not your name?
I should do unpaid advert.
Well, we are giving you a freedom to do that.
Okay,
It's fine.
Gaius Obiene Idobo for Yenagua constituency too.
Obiene
yes.
From Yenagua. That's an Obiene name, no?
Gaius Idobo Obiene
from
Yenagua
Yenagua
constituency.
He's running under what?
He's running under the platform of NNPP. And I can assure you, he will go place.
It's fine.
One of these days we'll have him.
If you like, go cut this one, come out.
No, we won't. Thank you so much. Well, it's been a load of information and interesting conversation. I'd like to add that. My name is Henry. We've had Mr. Jonah Dalmieye, and also, well, Israel's been here. Till the next episode, bye-bye.
Unfiltered Podcast.
Your nation is listening. Chat with Naija Live TV. Speak boldly, think freely, be heard from every corner of Nigeria to the world. Eyes on the Ijo Nation. Are you ready? The Save Naija Data Initiative, in collaboration with Ijo National Congress (INC), Ijo Youth Council Worldwide (IYC), and Ijo Diaspora Council, present the tripartite book launch and award ceremony. Alami is here in the face of history. The Oru tribe called Ijo and the Tantita scorecard. Theme: sustaining the vision and Izon development agenda of High Chief Government Owezi Dekpemupulu for future generations, by Dr. James Ekerare Niminebo. Books presenter: High Chief Engineer Kestin Ebimobowe Pandi, Managing Director, Tantita Security Services of Nigeria. Special guest of honor: His Excellency Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, GCFR, former President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special guest of honor: His Excellency Senator Doyetiri, Governor, Bayelsa State, and His Excellency Dr. Pastor Peter Perotubuakbe, Deputy Governor, Bayelsa State. Guest of honor: His Excellency Sir Simonalayi Fubara, Governor, River State, and Our Excellency Professor Ngozi Odu, Deputy Governor, River State. Other distinguished guests: Senator Dr. Henike Lokbobri, Honorable Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, His Royal Highness Dr. Samuel Obuku, MDCEO NDDC, High Chief Dr. Dennis Brutu Otwaro, Administrator, Presidential Amnesty Program, Honorable Barrister Kingsley Kemebra Dia Kuku, PhD, former Special Advisor to President Goodluck Jonathan on Niger Delta and former Chairman, Presidential Amnesty Program, Engineer Matthew Tonla, Chairman, Martin Engineering Nigeria Limited, and Mrs. Esther Tonla. High Chief Barrister McDonald Igbadiwe, President, Ijo National Congress (INC), Dr. Felix Twadolo, Pioneer President, IYC, and First Vice President, INC. Honorable Tina Zweri, PhD, CEO, King Kendrick Edisaye Foundation, Professor Mondi Celebi Gold, President, Ijo Diaspora Council, Dr. Dobra Collins Okotete, President, IYC Worldwide. Date: Thursday, 27th of August 2026. Venue: Ijo House, Yenagua, Bayelsa State. Time: 2 p.m. prompt. Come and hear the most important books of our history you've never heard before.
Can I kill a lion? Make a kill a tiger.
Your nation is listening. Chat with Naija Live TV. Speak boldly, think freely, be heard from every corner of Nigeria to the world.
Sir, it's really good to be here, and I will appreciate you for giving me the opportunity to speak about my father, Chief Eko Oyera Tuikumo, a man whose artistic legacy has continued to transcend the limitations of time and mortality. So I'm really grateful to be here.
Alrighty, let's delve right in. For the benefit of those who may not know your father, and the much he did while he was still alive.
All right, so my father, Chief Area Ekotuikumo, is from Arugbo, Ondo State. He's from Ondo State as a local government area, and the town is Arugbo. My father was a self-taught musician, and his music journey was defined by extraordinary resilience intellectual curiosity and artistic discipline. My father started his music journey at an incredibly young age. He did not just emerge from the comfort of a privileged artistic environment. My father's his academic journey was truncated by the sudden death of his father. So these circumstances were extremely overwhelming. But as a talented child at that time, he began to explore ways on how he could reposition himself and in order to face the obstacles they were dealing at that time. So for somebody losing his father at the age of 11, it was difficult for him to move on with life. It was difficult for him to further his education. But there was one thing that he was very confident of, which was his music talent. And that is what he capitalized on. And it has introduced him into the world in a way that time cannot even erase. Was
Notable works he released, yeah.
Okay, some of my father's notable works, there is an album known as The Earlier the Better. So The Earlier the Better was released precisely in the late 1980s, and it comprises of four French songs. And this is one of the songs that introduced my father's legacy to different parts of the world, including some African countries. And this song, up to now, still connects with new generation. People still connect with this song. They listen to it. They still get the message, and they can still relate with it despite being released for over 3 decades now. So the earlier the better is one of my dad's prominent music. Then we also have Money, the roots of all evil. Then we also have Dance Tonight. The Dance Tonight was a song he composed in 1987. And this particular song has a unique composition because my father reconciled preservation with innovation by combining or integrating traditional style into high life, which he described as a tradisco. So this was a style of music that was invented by my father. So it was the incorporation of traditional music into high life. So even up to now, Dance Tonight still resonates with his audience and anybody that listens to his song. His music, it has like a universal resonance. Any person can listen to my dad's song and connect with it, irrespective of your ethnicity, irrespective of your cultural background, irrespective of your language. You might not understand some of the languages or some of the words you use, but you can certainly connect with the song because it has the universal resonance.
Yeah, they say music is universal, yeah. And
Mhm.
I also, I remember, I mean, you said earlier the better, and there's a particular tune that's playing in my head. Oh my son, would you be ready to bring
Yeah,
me?
that's the
I mean,
song.
that popular song, yeah.
Yeah, that's my father's
And I was
song.
thinking it's one of the I don't know. I use the word now not to offend you, but do I mean the much the Joe musical minstrels that are much more used to the robots and the barristers. I didn't know that that's from Echo. Honestly.
Yeah, this is why it is fundamental to continue to project the legacy of my father because his identity has been mistaken for several reasons. Some believe that Earlier the Better was sung by an Igbo person, and some persons have argued with his family members that, oh, this is a song by Chief Osita Osadibi. Some will argue that it is a song by Oliver the Cook. So this is why it has become fundamentally imperative for me and
Okay.
for every member of the family to commit every arsenal within their reach to make sure that my father's legacy is reintroduced. So I will beautifully describe this as Echoes Renaissance. So we're bringing back the music of my father, reintroducing them into the world, and as well as introducing his identity because it is very important at this point, and that is why I'm doing in my little way to ensure that my father's music is reintroduced into the world, preserving his identity, letting people know that this is Opportunity, he is from Arubu, and this song belongs to him. These things are very essential and must be pursued with concerted effort from every member of the family and as well as those who are interested in his music and love highlife music.
Okay. When people talk about legacy, keeping legacy, building legacy, the first port of call is usually the family.
Okay, What I am doing right now in order to sustain the legacy of my father, it's simple. The time that my father made music, it was difficult for music to travel across continents, because in those days, the only means of transmission they have for music was through vinyl records, live performances, cassettes, and radio. Even digital marketing wasn't possible. Now, we could have access to all of these things. There are streaming platforms. So when my father made music, there was nothing like streaming platform. So those music had to be manually distributed. Like maybe you go to different marketing companies in Nigeria or marketing agency, you present your songs to them, then they help you market it. But now there are digital platforms, there are streaming platforms. So what I'm doing is taking advantage of these streaming platforms to um, upload my father's songs, then promote them, reintroduce them. Though his music have not received the level of promotion, documentation, and preparation that they truly deserve, but I've been able to make his songs available in these streaming platforms. Though I'm also contacting with my older brothers. Like sometimes I communicate with them. I ask them for days to be specific because I'm not the only one doing. I might be the one doing them, but I'm also in communication with them. Sometimes I ask my elder brothers, okay, when was this particular song released? I want to know, like, I'm not just making the songs available, I'm releasing them like together with the songs that were released at that specific time. So let's say, for example, when I put out Earlier the Better, which other songs were released with Earlier the Better? I'm making sure that like the arrangement, there is an organized arrangement before I'm making the songs available. So that is the way I've been able to sustain his legacy, by taking advantage of these streaming platforms, making his songs available. I know that they are not free. I spend money to do all of that, but it gives me joy because Earlier the Better that I recently uploaded, it has now hit 1 million views on YouTube. And this is the first time in the history of Niger Delta that a song released by an Ijaw man is achieving this feat. That is remarkable. So that for me, that it's encouraging for me to do that, because that shows that people still connect with my father's song. People are still interested in his music. People still love it. Like, his music knows no bank. It is not only for
Okay,
Ijaw people. Like,
not to cut you short, but when you say a song released by an German is amassing up to 1 million views, there are several other German. I think
no, I'm
you
talking
wanted to
about the
narrow it to
traditional high life. Yeah,
the
yeah.
Obigri music, right? The high life music,
No,
yeah.
no, high life music. Yes, yeah. Those
Yeah.
high
So
life.
all
Yeah,
of
that was what I meant.
Alfred's that's been uploaded, they've not gotten up to 1 million
There
views.
is
All
no
the baristas
particular, there is no
music.
single song by any Ijaw high life musician that has achieved that feat.
Okay, so you mentioned YouTube as the streaming platform you've featured this song. How about Spotify?
No,
The boom plays. Are you uploading on those ones too?
yeah, I'm making use of YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. So if you search for his name, you'll be able to have access to his songs in different
You
streaming
simply
platforms.
search Echo or
You
his
just
full
put
name.
Echo to Ikumo. You just put Echo to Ikumo, then it automatically brings out where his songs are available: Apple Music, Spotify, Audio Music,
Okay,
uh,
let's
and
broaden
every other.
this, please,
Okay.
Mr. Brown. Are there roles you think that maybe the government and well-meaning individuals could play that you believe that they've not been playing in helping you to build on and continue the sustenance of your father's legacy?
I strongly believe that there is a role the government and the leadership of the Ijaw nation could play in sustaining and preserving the music of not just my father, but every other musician who introduced the Ijaw nation to the world through their music. When the Niger Delta struggle became intensely tough, there were a lot of musicians who capitalized on their creativity to embark on artistic activism. So they were singing about the struggles and the problems in the Niger Delta through their songs, and they were bringing into spotlight some of the problems that the Niger Deltas were facing. So some of them have gone, like King Robert Ibizimo, Rex Lawson. Like, I have seen from my personal observation. I'm speaking from my personal observation that they are not receiving the level of promotion, the level of documentation that they truly deserve. that's, I don't know if anybody will be able to do something about it, because they've been able, my father have been able to preserve his culture through his music. He sang about the struggles of the Niger Delta. There was one particular time, even the Ijaws in Ondo State were considered minority, and he challenged that through his musical creativity by embarking on artistic activism. So he was singing about like what we were facing as a people in the region. So it is essential that it deserves that kind of promotion. So it is essential that people pay attention to what these musicians have done, then promote them, preserve their culture, then let the upcoming generation learn about what they have done. Because now people sing music and it's mostly about, eulogy, they sing praises of people, which I'm not saying is not completely bad, but there was a time that music was centered on just passing a message. So they pass message through their songs. But right now that is decaying. So there is a need for the leadership of the Ijaw nation to go back to the time in the history of the Ijaw nation where people embark on musical activism. Then that way the younger generation will, look up to them as a model for making music.
Okay. Through all of that, you said we struggled a little with the network and hearing you. But let me take you on. What specific things now you would like for Rome individuals to be doing? Specific things to assist your efforts in immortalization, or preserving the legacy of your father. Specific things now, specific roles you'd like them to play. So we're much more direct in tackling
So
this.
the specific support that will be necessary to this journey of immortalization or preserving the legacy of my father. Number one is visibility. We need the leadership of your nation to pay attention. When the leaders of the community pay attention and encourage others in the community to pay attention to something, it gives it attention. Then attention also creates visibility. So with visibility, we'll be able to tell the story of my father, because when you're telling the story of a man and you're not getting that much support from his region, it is going to be extremely difficult. It is like you are embarking on the journey alone with nobody supporting you. Financial support could also do, but that is the least of it. What we need right now is the acknowledgement, like this, the leadership. It could be like the political leaders of the region publicly acknowledging them, giving them the accolades they deserve, giving them, like, they should create a special music award for these whole time legends who have gone to be with the Lord. That will create that visibility that we need. Then they should project their legacy in different media platforms. Like we have like the national TV. There should be a time where they are talking about the Ijaw musicians on national TVs. So that will create visibility as well. So that those are the kind of specific supports that I think that are necessary for my father's legacy.
When they do awards, they should also know to create a category for people like your father
Yes,
who also impacted, and see how to give them
yes.
posthumous awards for the impact done. How about areas around maybe certain cultural is it projects after them? Is that something that you'd want to pursue as well, or you think that makes sense?
Yeah, that is something that makes sense. But right now, I think the most essential thing is getting that acknowledgement from the leadership. One of the challenges my father faced as a musician was because he's from Ondo State, and Ondo State is a predominantly Yoruba state. So if other persons are getting like kind of visibility from their states, like for example, Bayelsa State is an homogeneous just state, so it is very easy for them to have access to the government of the state, talking about their music, getting kind of support from the government. But my father, being a man, an Ijaw man from Ondo State, and it's a predominantly Yoruba state, having access to the leadership of the state or the state government is quite difficult. So this is why this legacy must be preserved and pursued as an Ijaw music affair, and not just for a particular region. if all the Ijaw people, maybe if there is a music body in the Ijaw nation that will come together and say that, okay, this is an Ijaw man, this is what we could do to support him, irrespective of his state. It becomes an Ijaw affair to them, not just about a man that comes from Ondo State.
So the fact that he hails from Ondo State, do you think that many persons around here know that the crooner of the earlier the better is an Ijaw man, especially people who ought to know, not, I mean, typical Bayelsians, I mean, those who ought to know, those who are in positions of authority. Have you any time written to government to find out or to inform them of the need to, assist in this legacy you're documenting? Have you reached out to them or any of these awards? People who typically give awards, those who could assist you, have you reached out in any way? Yeah.
Okay, what I have done on my part is I've gone to Silverbird TV to talk about my dad in 2023. And because we are doing a program known as Ecobration, which is actually named after him, and the name of the celebration is also derived from his name, Echo, the celebration of Echo, so Ecobration. So when we embarked on that project, I went to Silverbird TV to talk about my father. And the intention for doing that was to create awareness, was to promote his identity to different people and his fans all over Nigeria and different parts in Africa, that the crooner of Earlier the Better is Chief Eyere Ekotoikumo and not Chief Osita Osadibi. So my intention for doing that was to create awareness to different people in the Ijaw nation. Then my elder brother also went to OS Haro TV to talk about my dad. He granted an interview in OS Haro TV. All of these were done with the intention of spotlighting attention to my father's legacy and reintroducing his identity as the crooner of Earlier the Better. And one of the things that is very important to mention is that OSROC TV in the States has been using one of my father's songs. It's like they've been using that song for broadcasting for a very long time. They have Ijaw music channel where they talk about where they communicate or they broadcast in Ijaw language, and they've been using that song for a long period of time. I don't know when they started using it, but they don't pay homage to my father. They don't pay attention to what is going on in his life or what is going on after he's dead. They don't participate in anything that has to do with him, but they've been making use of his song for several years and they don't pay anything for it. So all of these things, I'm looking into them on how I can approach them in the most respectful way so that things could be resolved in a better way, because I'm not really satisfied with the fact that the TV station is making use of my father's song for over 20 years and they're not making any payments and they don't contribute anything to his legacy. So by appearing on Silverbird television and my brother granting interview on OSROC television, we intend to reintroduce my father's legacy, but we have not specifically written letters to government officials to help us with anything. I think in 2025, we organized the cooperation project again, and our intention was to reintroduce his music. Then we wrote a letter to some Ijaw persons who are prominent. One of them is a professor. The intention for doing that was for them to help us create more awareness about what we do. Because recently I saw a video on TikTok where a guy was talking about Chief Ekotoikumo not being celebrated enough, that the Ijaw nation should pay attention to his legacy because this man deserves to be celebrated. And so these are the things we have done so far in preserving our father's legacy.
Okay, so there are a lot of persons, a lot of organizations also beyond OSRT.
I think this largely depends on the decision of the overall family. I'm just one of his sons, so I cannot on my own make unilaterally decide what I want to do when it comes to filing any form of lawsuit. But I believe very strongly that it is an idea that I'm willing to embrace. It's coupled with the fact that these TV stations, they are not contributing anything to my father's legacy. They don't participate in anything we're doing to promote him. In fact, the interview that my elder brother granted, they wanted to charge money. They were interested in being paid before giving him the platform.